We keep singing that song.
Okay, yeah, singing a song the whole time. It's just a song that we're doing now. It's just singing only. Welcome to Section 27, entitled The Rambler's Wake. Singing would be appropriate.
Yeah, that sure was some rambling.
Yeah. And you all know what happened last time, and you're still in the little house. I'm just going to leave it to you. You tell me what you want to do. The world is yours.
Did the Rambler leave?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
I believe
He
I have it
said,
written.
thanks for the fish, thanks for the bread. See y'all never.
And then he jumped in the water and started swimming doggy paddle, and he said "gup" for no reason.
See you never.
He didn't do that. He didn't do that. I'm
was
going to
like,
try and
pretty
stop
sure he just
referencing that
walked
damn
off.
cat. It's going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
I'm going to keep doing it. You're right.
Yeah.
Can we sweep through the house for valuables?
Sure, absolutely. There are none, but what you will notice is that it does look like it is a very lived-in location. It does look like, from what you can tell, there are spatters of blood in kind of the strangest of places all throughout the house. The beds look like they've been kind of, turned over, and you would have noticed that if you're the sleeping type before you went to bed. And it looks like the items that are present that are noteworthy would be things like journals and like simple house fare, icons of like familial importance, none of which appear to be things that would be something red caps would keep. And from what you can tell as you kind of let the fire die down and the like, is that beneath where the pig was put is the fire pit. As I mentioned, not a bunch of fairies. However, now that it is smoldering and no longer a hot fire as it was when you first got here, you would notice that the bones of humanoids do appear to be present in the refuse of the flame.
I must mention that the title of the stream is Rambler's Wake Dark Skies 2078 pickup series.
How dare you?
We're playing Cyberpunk.
You love that more than us.
I finally tricked Andy into it. Here we go.
How dare you?
Andy's gotta leave.
Andy's like, never again.
Alright, I swapped. I'm ready.
However, I do have a really cool plan
no.
for the future. Oh, anyway, session 27. Not Cyberpunk. Dungeon.
Soul is a little bit cyberpunk coded.
Okay. Everybody is. But they're also Dungeons and Dragons coded. You can fit any peg into any hole when it comes to RPGs, in my opinion. And I mean that sexually as well.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
Because you said that.
Andy's cringe was so hard. It looked like it hurt him. I'm so sorry.
You are dealing way too much psychic damage
Yeah.
to that man.
I feel like Tom, Liz, and me were kind of like, fuck it.
And he's like,
And Andy's like, no.
why is
I
it
was
so
just more like-
fucking awkward?
That makes sense.
Yeah, so you guys are asking why are you the way that you are so you can figure it out and get on my level, and Andy's like genuinely concerned.
I
But
have a
again,
question.
yeah, world is yours.
I'm gonna ask. Does anybody here know how to sail a boat? We have several. We have a boat. We could just take a boat.
Honey, does it
No.
look like I know how to sail a boat?
I mean, I
in
can
character.
try, but I've never done it before.
You seem like you know lots of things, Arya.
Certainly not
Very,
selling.
very. Okay.
Can't say I ever have. I guess that's the first question, though. Are we going to the other trees, or are we going back
Is it the central tree that we're going to go to? I know that's what the Rambler said that.
Well, that's the one that I want to check out first before we go back to Minecraft. Trying to scritch
He liked it.
Chibi. But
So
maybe could we see whose house this was before we
I
go?
agree with you, Ronnie. There's some journals that we've picked up. Maybe we can thumb through a couple and see what's happened here, or what happened here before the red caps were.
Sure. So if you read the journal and kind of briefly kind of surmise it, it does look like a very thorough outline of a very boring fisherman's life. Talking about his wife and his 2 kids, and there was a little bit of a squall today. The winter winds from the central tree must be making their way south. Mentioning that he caught some random name of a thing, which you presume is a fish, just very boring, very generic. Apparently, the individual's name is Joda. Whoever they were, and their family is mentioned as well, but their names are less important.
Okay. No, and this is more to the group and less to the DM, but so it seems like there's really not a lot of information about what happened here. Yoda.
I feel like they probably didn't have time to write it.
Well, which tells us that it was sudden, not gradual.
I mean, those red caps do kick pretty hard, and
They do.
I mean, they're not fast, but they're not exactly slow on attacking.
And they're vicious and cruel.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to do any more exploration of this place before we either head home or move on to another tree? Or have we seen enough here?
John, did we discuss what this big ship looking thing was? Is that like an inn or a bar or something? I can't hear you.
I muted myself because you were talking. You guys were talking amongst yourselves. I didn't want to interject. I'm training myself with the mic being off. The longhouse would have been walked past by Termaine, who would have recognized it as kind of like a place where people would meet and people would kind of prepare for either journeys or kind of come back from journeys. Presumably, based on Jonah's journal, this is probably where the fisher folk would kind of like congregate for preparations for leaving, and then on return, kind of getting together, counting everybody, and making sure everyone's okay.
Okay. Could we take a look at the longhouse before we leave? Team?
We should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Friends? Make our way over that way.
Certainly. So when you arrive, the doors are wide open. There are no actual doors. They're just kind of portal ways, really. And inside there are several very nicely crafted tables, each with kind of elvish markings on it that seem to depict kind of people's stories or people's, just writing their names down. The occasional, 2 names with conjoining, like Sylvan Sigil, which kind of denotes that these 2 people were in love. All sorts of kind of stereotypical elvish bullshit. It does look like the
Wait, what?
only destruction or any kind of like violence that looks like it's been enacted in this place is that the large barrels of beer that are on the back wall and mead and the like have all been broken open with what looks like a hatchet.
Well, that's rude.
And it doesn't appear that there's a single drop on the ground, or even staining thereof.
Yeah. So it probably happened a while ago.
Or they drank it all.
Or they drank it all, yes.
And licked it off the ground.
And licked it off the
Ugh.
ground.
And there's like no sign of life at all, right?
No sign of life. The only thing that's kind of like interesting to anybody is on the side, the eastern side of that longhouse, near the door that exits out onto the docks, you would see that there is a kind of, it almost looks like it's kind of an elevated pedestal with a basin on top. And settled inside the basin are a number of small, kind of white crystals. It's just like it's almost like
Meth.
yeah, it's almost like a big old bowl of meth that you'd bring to like a potluck or something, you know?
What?
Like as you do, you know? You guys have been to potlucks, right? They bring the meth in the big bowl.
Yeah, in Indiana.
Yeah, Netflix, yeah.
Yeah. We were watching some random documentary or some show, and they were talking about like meth labs, and Indiana came up a couple of times.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The one in fucking Muncie, I was like, God damn, that made national. Oh, that's crazy.
Crazy.
For you, Andy, they had a meth lab in the bathroom at the Walmart in Muncie. So
Classy. Classy.
It's
wild
free
stuff.
real estate.
Yeah, 100%. Insert Tim Heidecker meme here.
Do these little crystals look familiar at all, or?
They do seem to exude magic, so the elves are kind of like cognizant of that. They
Okay.
have like a sing-songy nature to them. So like if you kind of touch them, they kind of move around inside the bowl and sound almost like someone was like running their finger around the rim of a crystal goblet or something.
Hmm.
Can I click on my Darkwind site and
Yeah,
view them?
They glow like hell, and they appear to be glowing in color that would denote conjuration.
Okay. I don't know what that means. I unclick my site because everything here shines.
Conjuration is the magic of summoning forth things, drawing forth material from nothing, or transpositioning oneself through material plane or outside of the material plane to other locations.
Yeah, like the
Conjuration is-
runes around the portal to space.
The glowing is kind of similar to the more like bright center or core. That's a very good note, actually, Soul.
Would Soul say something about them being similar to the runes?
I've mentioned the conjuration stuff. Does it look like there's a sap or liquid inside of them?
No, actually, when you look at them a little bit more thoroughly, what you'll notice is they are sap. They are hardened, crystallized sap, amber, but not exactly of an amber color.
Blue amber, blamber.
Well, white amber, but yeah,
Oh, Blamber.
Lamber,
blamber.
not Wamber.
Blamber was the color of her energy. Whoa.
Oh, I'm the one that gets yelled at if it's possibly copywritten.
Hey, I know the time limit, okay, and I very quickly cut it off after one note, okay, so...
Mm-hmm.
Don't want too many notes for that song.
Should we take these with us, you think?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, how many crystals are there?
Dozens. I'd say somewhere in the neighborhood of 18, probably. 18 total.
That's 1 dozen.
Well, it's actually a dozen and a half dozen, which could still technically be considered dozens.
Dozens, I believe.
Oh.
requires
Could
2
actually just be
dozen.
3 half dozens, which is still dozens, because a half dozen is still technically a form of dozen.
No.
We could also talk about baker's dozens if you want to, which, again, I think we have several.
I'm gonna
Wait,
go.
what?
I'm gonna go back to
So-
jumping
I thought
into
that
space.
How many in a baker's dozen? 'Cause
13.
I
It's
had
a
no
number.
idea.
It's an actual number. 13.
Yeah, I know. I googled it. I just figured it out. Okay, jeez, I knew all along. So yeah, 13, and
dozen is
5/13 of
12.
a baker's dozen. So there you go. That's 2
You know what?
dozens.
You know what?
Okay.
You round up.
I'll be
okay,
right back.
Andy?
Wait, I'm horrible
Okay.
with math, John, but
Yeah.
this is
New
this
question.
is
Me-
New
blasphemy.
question.
Me too, buddy.
New question.
Me too.
No,
New
no, no,
question.
no.
Canonically,
This
New
I'm
is
fair.
question.
No, I can't answer new questions. That's impossible.
New question.
Okay, fine, I guess.
Can we carry these 18 individual crystals?
They are literally just a little bit taller and a little bit wider than a gold coin. They're not massive, like...
Okay, so we are taking all of them.
You know,
That's
like an
fine.
eighth.
Yeah, it's like an eighth of meth, right.
Mhm.
You guys got some baggies? You just quickly seal these bad boys up and go back to town, sell them.
Why do
The
we
hammer.
keep going back to meth, Jonathan?
That gnome's gonna buy them. Because I've been playing a lot of Schedule 1. Sorry. Sorry, folks that are obviously...
I mean, we'll see what gets conjured if you crush it and snort it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's gonna be
Where do
very...
you get transported?
To be back into, like, serious face, it doesn't look like they would be very easy to break.
Yeah.
I don't know that was more serious, but yay!
Well, just to make sure that you don't think that, like, cracking it is, like, gonna do anything.
Oh, okay.
That's not the activation methodology. It's, I was trying to dissuade you from trying to break them. Okay.
Should we check any of the houses this area? Or, I mean, I'm assuming everyone's gone.
May
I think
not
that's the
be a
safest
bad
option,
idea to
right?
check just to make sure there's not another red cap that's gonna come running out behind us, or perhaps there's some more clues as to what happened and how they showed up.
Well, there was that one that got away. Is this a house?
Yeah. On top of these houses, though, what you'll notice is it does look like the roofs are actually made out of a very strange amalgam of wooden planks, topsoil, and grass. And it looks like there are actually like root vegetables kind of growing in them. From what you can tell with your nature roll, it does look like these root vegetables have basically grown wild. They haven't been kept. But it looks like the initial purpose of these cool roofs was to grow these root vegetables on the waterfront and have those, easily accessed. But because of, lack of care.
So it definitely looks like it's been a while.
Yeah, if you'd like to make a nature roll, you might be able to kind of guesstimate or get a kind of window. Yeah, based on the overgrowth, you're guessing over a year,
Okay. So it has been a while.
as far as you know.
Well, that's sad. And like checking inside this one.
Yeah,
In
it's going to be similar to the other one. This one just doesn't look like it's been kind of kept by Redcap. They don't look like it doesn't look like they cared.
They didn't utilize it.
Yeah, there are no journals either. It looks like whoever was living here was solo living. You don't see any remnants of them other than spatters of blood on the ceiling and the walls.
Okay. I'll go ahead and check one more, and then I think she'll just like kind of
Tremaine, do you follow along?
give up checking.
I would follow along.
Go ahead and make a perception roll for me.
Yes. Let's do that.
As
Rolled
you're
15.
walking across that bridge to the first house that Ronnie was at, you hear clicking, and it appears to be coming from behind this rock.
Clicking.
Yeah.
I hear clicking.
Do you go
Where at?
investigate?
Yeah, and I would say it's behind this rock.
And this is kind of Ronnie. You're kind of searching the house, and you
Oh.
walk
Is it
over.
possible this crab that's making the clicking
And
sound?
you look over the rock, and you would see a bright red and gold crab that's kind of on the shore, clicking its little chompers, its little pincers,
Claws.
Oh.
and it looks at you.
Does it start singing?
It does
Like a Disney
not.
song? Okay.
It does look like it kind of shifts on its feet sideways, closer to the water, and it does feel like, so far as you can understand, it is staring at you with its crab eyes.
I would say in Sylvan, are you watching me?
It would then sidetrack again, and then its eyes would kind of do like a small little circle before kind of just stopping and locking on you again.
Okay, I would get closer. At this point, Arya could probably see me from right there, right? I'm not very far away.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So does Arya sees this crab as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get closer. Say, I'll kind of kneel down.
Okay. It's holding its like hands up, and it's kind of looking up at you, and its feet are kind of like dropped down, so its belly's on the dirt.
Wait, really? So its belly's on the dirt? Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's almost like it's lying down.
got it. Say hello.
It doesn't respond, but it kind of clicks its pincers again.
Do I know what crabs would like to eat?
Roll a nature roll.
Well, I wish Ronnie was here for this, but I'll give my best. I rolled an 8.
No idea.
Do I see any like? No, I guess I wouldn't see dead fish. Not human flesh. Tom, shut up.
They do like that.
Crabs eat-
Well,
What? Really?
we only have one human, so
Also,
are you volunteering, Tom?
Arya's like, hey, Jermaine, stop trying to feed that crab hot Cheetos.
Jermaine
I don't
looks
think
down
it's
and he's
good
like,
for him.
Where did I get hot Cheetos? And he just starts eating them. But then he's reminded of the fact that he's an elf and he can't take hot Cheetos, so he dies actually right there again for the 90th time.
So
Like a Victorian child.
if Tremaine has any of my taste buds, he would not want to eat the hot Cheetos either.
He dies. He goes back to the afterlife, and the entity
Well,
there's
okay.
like, you know what?
Okay,
actually, I don't know. Champion needs to be able to handle hot Cheetos.
In the
No,
spirit,
no.
in the spirit of like genre and yes and like, there's got to be like a regional in-world like version of hot Cheeto.
For sure.
It's like
Okay.
like some kind of fried cheese crunch
Love it.
with
That's
hot
very
peppers.
spicy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Hermaine
you're
would
like
think Hermaine would
waving
never
it at
eat
the
that.
crab.
Never eat that. Never eat that. Though.
No, of course not. But you think a crab? Why not?
Sure. If I have such a thing, I'll reach into my bag and my fingers would get like dusty red on them and would
Okay. You lean
Stop feeding the
forward.
crab my hot Cheetos that I eat.
You lean forward with this piece of food down towards the crab's face,
yeah.
and it
Roll
pinches
initiative.
your finger, take a point of damage. It then swings off of your hand as you kind of reflexively throw back with the hot Cheeto and the other pincer into the water and disappears under this the water. It's very crystal clear to a point, and then it's kind of like a milky kind of bottom in the water, which I know sounded suggestive. And you're pretty sure that it went underneath the longhouse.
I would just turn to Arya and say, I really don't like this place. First the Rambler,
Arya,
and now this crab.
you go into this.
Everybody has the attitude here.
You go into
Did you
this.
just get mouthed by a crab?
But go into this second house, and when you enter inside, very much similar to the others, except that as you're kind of looking around curiously, and you kind of hear like a kerfuffle outside, you look down at where the fire pit is, which definitely looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. But sitting on the edge of it, like where you would like put food to prepare, there is a beautifully silver-mirrored butcher's knife. the handle of which looks like it's wrapped in kind of like a bright red leather.
Does the leather look like it's just stained with a red dye, or is it like a red leather dyed with blood?
Go ahead and make a history roll, since that would be like kind of looking at something and trying to appraise it.
13.
You're pretty sure that a leather can't get that red, so it must have been dyed.
Okay. She'll pick it up and
Make a
kind of
wisdom
is
saving throw.
Sick. I have been chosen. 14.
Okay, so you fail. Don't
Sick.
worry about anything for the next few seconds.
Where's Brent?
But after you were kind of bored with that situation inside of that room, where you said that was the last one you were going to check, where would you have gone after that?
Well, it was going to be the last one. I guess that wasn't going to be like significant enough, I guess.
No.
So I'd probably start heading back towards the longhouse where she's presuming
Go ahead and move that way. So, Termaine, post Cheeto theft, you would notice that it looks like you're somehow, and you do not know how, but the ration pack that came from, that's also gone. So go ahead and just lose a ration.
Do I see the crab?
No.
Fucking
If
asshole.
you'd like to seek it out, you can make a perception roll. And while you're focusing on that, I'll ask Arya what you're doing as you kind of, the situation just unfolded. Arya is kind of, my brain dumb. Ronnie's kind of, where are you going? Where are you going, Tom? Where are you going? Why are you going? Where are you running to, huh? What are you doing? Get back here. Why did you run away from Ronnie? I don't know, what are you doing?
I think Arya
I'm
is
helping
like.
look for the crab.
Okay, sure.
I mean, honestly, I think Arya at this point is very curious about the crab. She's like kind of squatting
Okay.
down and like kind of looking.
So as you're kind of staring down into the water, Ronnie, go ahead and make an attack with your sword if you have a sword attack.
I have a
Against whom?
hand axe.
That'll work.
Do you want melee,
Melee.
or thrown?
Yeah, you're stabbing. Okay.
13.
+2. And Soul,
+2.
I presume you're not aware of this attack.
Oh,
Okay. So we're going to rewind a second and kind of walk through what happens with Ronnie, and you'll understand in a moment. You pick up the mirrored blade, kind of look at this. It's not like a butcher's blade that would be like a square blade or whatever they're called. It's kind of like a filleting knife. No, not that. The big long like bladed knives that are kind of pointy at the
like
end.
a chopping knife.
Like a chopping knife.
Right.
Thank you. And it's perfectly mirror sheened. And you reach down and pick it up, and the blade forces your eyes into it, and you see yourself. But you're smiling in this kind of twisted, malicious way with teeth that are like a red cap's, rotted and falling out.
ugh.
And then
Oh, I love them.
it feels like you're looking out of the knife at that person instead.
I feel like we're playing Cthulhu. We're
You
playing
then
Cthulhu.
watch as you watch you from the perspective of the knife walk up behind Soul, probably screaming the whole time, "Soul, look out! Soul, look out!" and then stab. And then you feel yourself back into your body, holding the handle for a second, but like immediately reflexively forced to let go of the handle of the weapon as it stays inside of Soul. Soul, you're going to take a total of 19 points of piercing damage.
19! I didn't even have to roll damage!
Nope, the blade does it. And the knife is in you. You will be bleeding if you do not remove it.
Could you please put the aura of protection around Hermaine?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Betrayal at House of the Hill. Coded. The haunt has started.
How deep is the water, John? Could I just jump over to the boat?
It's not so much that the water's deep, it's that the That part is higher. As you can see, there's kind of a ramp that goes up to it. It's a bit...
I can go over. I can just get on the rock and jump over it.
Okay, but while that's happening, Soul, you're immediately stabbed with it. So before you're jumping onto the roof, my guy.
Oh, is that? Oh, there. Yes.
That's at least a dozen feet up. But Soul, real
All right.
quick, I need you to tell me: are you pulling the blade or are you leaving it in?
I guess some of that is going to depend where I got stabbed in the back.
Right
Use your
in
funky
the
hand.
side, kind of like it's kind of like if you look down, it's kind of like right underneath the ribs and kind of like right there. Like you could reach back and grab the handle if you wanted to.
I think that would probably be the reflexive action.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
What if he's using his gnarled hand with a glove on it?
Doesn't matter.
You know what? I'm feeling lucky.
No, I don't know if I can do it actually.
Don't worry about the mechanics portion.
Ronnie-
worry about
Ronnie's
the roll.
also like.
Any benefits
apparently,
any benefits that you're having there that would kind of like cause you to kind of okay. So you pull the blade out.
Am I close enough? Am I close
We'll
enough?
get to you in a second. Also, your bonus wouldn't help here. So just to mention, they pull the blade, and when you pull the blade, the blood kind of sleeks off of it, like you know those like phone covers that are like water resistant or whatever, and like it just like turns into like balls and falls off. That's what happens with the blood that's on the blade. It kind of falls off of it, and the mere sheen is visible to you. And similarly, when you look down into it, you see Soul, but evil Soul. And then you are in the blade, looking at the blade. Termaine jumps across and lands. What's going on? And your immediate response is, stab Termaine. And so go ahead.
Not Ronnie? Oh no!
Go ahead and make an attack roll
Ronnie's like, no!
with your melee weapon, whatever your melee weapon attack would be. Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Termaine, take a total of, because that's a crit, 32 points of damage. Soul, like, just rushes forward. You're like, are you okay? And you're kind of looking at them, and then they just plunge the blade between the cracks of your armor, hitting perfectly, and you just feel it wrench into your chest. And you're like, oh!
This place fucking sucks.
This place is garbage. And then
This is your hometown!
Soul, you let go of the weapon,
I think
reflexively,
we're
like,
burning this place down.
pushed away.
Right.
You reflexively just push away, and Termaine, the knife is right there in your chest.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm gonna take my. Well, I have to do it, right? Oh god, I guess.
You leave
Yeah, I
the
have to
blade
pull it out.
Okay, so you reach down
No.
and you grab it, and you pull.
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay,
I would. No, go ahead.
you succeed. So when you pull the blade out, you look down and you see this you in the blade, and you feel it pulling at you. And something inside of you, something ancient and powerful, forces it to stay in the blade, and you realize what's happening and throw the blade to the ground. You now understand the base mechanic of the knife. Looking into the blade while holding it forces the save. Allows whatever the entity is in it to try and usurp your will. And notice why you didn't.
Nobody touch that blade.
Why didn't you maintain connection with it? Because you plunged the knife into a person and the blade disappeared.
You save that. I'm gonna have to heal myself up quite a bit too, so I was gonna just
Hold on to your
I
lands,
was
yeah.
gonna give you.
Okay.
And Arya's just standing across the way. I know she's just currently away, but I'm assuming once we tell them what happened, Arya's whole just facade is just mouth agape, hands off to the side, like what?
You do not want this. You do not want this. This is horrible. Where's that crab? I'm gonna give the crab the knife.
No! No one's touching that. Is there a like piece of cloth?
It should
Was
be
there like
40
a napkin or
remains, which
something in
hold
there?
For sure.
I didn't hear that, Tom.
it's like 40 back. Get us
Thank you.
both.
I'm up to full. Thanks.
Now that part is done, Soul will turn around and just like stare at Ronnie.
I'm sorry. It wasn't me.
That really hurt, Ronnie.
Ronnie didn't stab you. Soul stabbed you, Tremaine. Ronnie stabbed
I
Soul.
don't know, it
Soul
was
stabbed
just-
Tremaine.
Yeah, but it was the Ronnie domino effect.
And if you had rolled one
sorry,
less on
it was
that,
just-
you would have stabbed Arya, and then the circle would have been complete.
Yes,
But nobody would have stabbed Ronnie.
Yeah,
There's
but
still time.
and then the only real victim would have been Arya, so that'd have been a plus.
No. I'm sorry. I just found it in that house over there. She'll point to the second house. I didn't know. It was oddly clean.
I feel like this part of Einkarad is cursed is a strong word, but not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it was messed up when my grandmother was here, and it appears to have gotten worse.
So I do want to mention something real quick that you'll notice when you heal everybody, Soul. Termaine's wound, despite being as deep as it was, heals cleanly. Yours and Ronnie's leave scars.
I don't think Ronnie got hit.
I didn't
He just
get
stabbed me.
hit.
Yours leave scars.
That's rude.
So there's now just kind of like a strange kind of ridge of wound on your back.
Well, at least it's not a fucking glyph of punishment.
Tremaine starts fashioning a torch, lights it a flame, and is going to start lighting the big house.
Okay, surprisingly not flammable.
It's not flammable.
Nope.
It's another thing in this place to piss me off.
So as an elf, you would know that most enclave locations are built of living wood.
And why are we trying to burn down the house?
This place is cursed.
I think the knife is cursed. She'll try and find like a napkin or something to cover it with. And like wrap it so it can't really be seen. Like cover it up first.
Sure, you're able
Not
to
looking
safely
at it.
get the knife up. That sounds familiar though. Burn houses you don't like. It's almost like it's like a really solid method for dealing with evil, Andy.
No,
I
no,
think-
we're not going to go there.
I definitely co-sign.
I
but
think
the problem is
I think
good.
we're not thinking big enough. We need to burn down the whole town.
The whole Feywild. Let's get rid of it.
Oh!
Let's get rid-
That's right. That would be the equivalent. Yes.
This
I would
is
just
the
like to
burn down the
point out-
setting.
you should have
I-
brought Brent on for.
Oh yeah, we're burning
I
down a
would like
town,
to
Brent.
follow
You're
it.
not here.
I
I'd
know
just
they're
like to
not
point
even
out,
in the
you
chat.
guys asked me to open the portal.
It's true, we did. That's our bad.
Yeah. I didn't even want to be here. I didn't even wanna...
Is it better than the Helma?
I mean, it looks
Yes.
better. It's brighter.
I
People are
mean-
just more annoying here.
So you have
Rambler,
the knife.
crab, all this sass.
You
He
have
was
the knife
nice.
in the bag. Like you put it into a bundle, and did you put it into a bag?
No, I just put it into a bundle
Okay.
and then I want to like
Do you set it somewhere?
toss it into the depths of the lake.
No. If I see Ronnie,
Oh, did you
Moving
catch all
to
of
that
this?
outgo.
Did you catch everything that happened?
no, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I had,
so
like, a
Ronnie
technical
was possessed by the
problem.
knife. She stabbed Soul in the
Saw
back.
that?
Soul pulled the knife out of their back and then saw the blade and then stabbed Termaine with a critical hit and dealt like 30 some odd damage. And then Termaine took the knife out of himself, saw the blade, almost got taken over by the knife and threw it on the ground when he didn't. Then Ronnie picked up the knife in a bundle and has basically decided that she's going to toss it into the water.
Right.
Tremaine wants
Ronnie,
to burn it all down here.
it's too dangerous to throw this into the water. We have to dispose of it. There's a powerful spell, like, remove curse or that could potentially neutralize this. I think if we just throw it back into the sea or river, whatever the hell this is,
Body of
it
water.
could body of water. This could help This could hurt somebody else.
There was the
What, like a fish?
Well, there are
Or the
elves.
crab.
A stupid crab
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, that crab's gonna come back.
Well, there are
Oh, a crab
elves.
with a knife. I've never seen that happen.
There.
Oh,
Yeah.
throw it in the water.
This is all happening in character.
Throw it in the
Right,
water.
right, right. So
And-
like 1,000 years from now, some wandering, weird fish-like
No.
hobbit creature
no.
will come by and kill his
No,
brother
no.
and pick up the knight. But what?
I don't know what the fuck a hobbit is, Tremaine, but I will tell you this:
Halfling.
there are elves that live in the water. You should know this. You're elves. I mean, there are sentient beings that live in the waters. They could easily pick up something like this. And by the way, I saw the way that thing, God damn it! I'm like looking at the gifts.
No, don't worry
Okay.
about that. Don't worry about that. Crab
So-
battle.
I don't think it's responsible for us to throw it back into the water. We should bundle it up and
It's
take it.
bundled.
Thank you for bundling it, Ronnie. And take it to a more powerful spellcaster, some kind of mage or wizard, and see if they can't remove the curse or destroy it.
Okay,
Hear me,
well,
Oh no, you're not. You're just mouthing.
Tremaine, when we were in the temple and you were taken over, was that a dagger that you picked up off the priest as well?
I think it was.
Dun, dun, dun.
I see John's face over there. Thinking back, do they look similar?
What happened to that dagger?
I don't recall if it had a red. It might have. It might have.
John
Were
is
there
just
were there any
I
crab
would say-
his
Yes,
eyebrows.
it did. Yeah, yes. In fact, I think I recall that it did.
Is it following us
Is it following us?
somehow, or is this a different? No, you
Well-
were weird for a while with that one. Like it wasn't just like
Yeah, and I wasn't tempted to stab everybody in the face with that. I guess I don't know. So there's maybe not.
again. I'm sorry, I didn't know what it was.
John, if I think on it, is that like red handle or that kind of design anything known to be associated with Sen from back when?
Yeah, go ahead and make a Arcana roll or religion roll, your choice.
Nope.
Yeah. So, you don't really have the knife to look at, and it wasn't fully inspected. The only two things that were quickly noticeable before it was kind of picked up to be inspected were the leather that appeared to have been dyed red, a bright red, and that the blade was a mirror sheen.
And we also used a mirror to get regular Tremaine back.
Yes.
As-
So even with your roll being as bad as it is, I think you're connecting dots that are present. So I will note that those are real dots and you're doing great. But I won't go further than a slight applause, and your green screen looks wonderful. Go ahead, Shipockley.
So as you're kind of like as you're having those realizations, are you
Yeah, I'm kind of talking
ruminating out
through,
loud?
trying to. I mean, I did ask Tremaine directly about that experience.
I
at
don't
night.
remember exactly.
Arya is like red leather, yellow leather, red
How
red
did we
leather.
get rid of the other knife?
I think we were just chaotic and left it around.
I still have the mirror part that was used, so
Termaine, make a perception check.
Yeah,
no.
the perception.
Is the crab
check.
back?
Okay, the crab.
The crab has pilfered the knife. Oh no!
Yeah.
23! I see
So-
all the crabs.
As you're kind of like standing there, you're all talking, and Arya's kind of talking across the way. You would see that the crab is back where it started, and you can hear the clicking, but it doesn't sound like it's doing it as loud as it was before. It's just like a light kind of.
Before we return to the crab, does Arya have any historical or religious knowledge about what, or arcane or religious knowledge about red leather and mirror knives?
If you'd like to make a religion roll, you can.
Okay. 14.
This matches up with what was seen inside a known shrine or den of the betrayer, Sen.
Okay. So, yes. That's it.
Thank God one of us could remember. I guess it makes sense if the den was in Cardin, and so was this portal, but that is also a little concerning because that means that somebody else might have opened that portal recently.
Well, and it means that Sen's influence has been moving back and forth through that portal. Possibly. Jermaine, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the stupid crab. Can you
Oh,
just do me a
why?
favor and Eldritch blast it for me?
What? Why?
Just humor me, okay?
I think it's sentient. It keeps looking around. I don't think I can kill a sentient.
This
creature.
is basically what
Wait,
it
wait,
looks
wait.
like right
You
now.
can't kill a sentient creature?
So this
Are
is
you kidding me?
basically what it looks like
Oh,
right
no.
now.
Oh, it's so
Aw.
cute.
I am hungry. Maybe we have it for lunch.
As it stare, this is what Termaine is looking at. This is it staring up at you. Its little pincers up, and occasionally tap tap.
Damn. Nobody has talked to animal?
It's like,
Talk
fuck
to
you, crab.
No.
Why?
I have primordial,
Oh,
but that's it.
I accidentally went to my. I was looking at the Final
Oh, wait, no, I
Fantasy
do have
visual
speak with
spoiler. I'm glad that
animals.
was not something else.
Do
That'd
it.
been Terrible.
Oh, wait,
do it.
let me. If this crab is bothering you so much, she'll hop over to this rock and then go over to the crab.
Yeah.
And
The crab will turn its attentions to you and then kind of sideways walk so that it gets a little bit of distance from you.
she'll cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And say, wait, friend, my brother
Friend?
is.
It would say friend.
Well, I mean, we could be friends.
Friend?
It's more of a polite
It says again. Not so much sounding like it's asking if it wants to be friends, more or less like it's asking what is friend.
Do you know what friendly is?
Nope.
What kind is?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, disregard that. My brother has been bothered by you looking at him. Is there a reason?
Stealing my rations.
Why I'm looking at him, or why he is bothered?
Why you are looking at him.
Oh, he's interesting.
Oh. Why?
I don't know. Ask him.
This hoe is trying to take my man.
Now it will get an Eldritch Blast.
That's right. That's a reason.
She'll look over at Termaine. He just thinks you're interesting.
Okay.
Do you have any
Arya's
food?
eyes narrow.
He's gonna turn towards the crab and give it a white, teethy smile, like a little ting.
Charmer. It says to Ronnie, do you have food?
Yeah. Are you hungry?
I could eat.
It steals it. It
She'll
steals your food, just so you know.
pull out a ration and sit it down in front of him.
Yep. You do not put it to the face, right. So it'll reach down, it'll pick up the food, kind of tear apart the ration, and just eat it there in front of you. Not being slighted by like the very harmful, I'm gonna push this into your face. you understand the vibe.
Yeah.
It then like it doesn't take more than a minute, and it very quickly just consumes pretty much the entirety of the ration, including like its, what it's being carried in.
Yeah.
And then it kind of looks up at you and says, "Refreshing. Not from here. Very different."
Yeah, we're passing through. We're on our way to the central tree. She'll point towards the north.
Oh. Okay.
Do you know of it?
Nope.
Oh.
Beware of squirrels.
Beware of squirrels. The necromancer squirrel?
That's a big word.
They bring back the dead.
Still not understanding.
Okay. That's okay.
Death is not a concept the crab understands.
Jermaine would like to fix that.
Oh no. Is there anything else we should be wary of? We're going to take we're going to go on the water. Is the weather okay?
Did I mention squirrels?
Yes.
Yeah, be wary of them.
Do you know where they are?
Trees.
Hmm.
Come
That's
down, break apart, eat insides.
They eat you guys?
Yeah,
Oh.
well,
I'm sorry.
they did.
Well,
Too
I hope
smart
they
for them
stop.
now.
Good. Well, you go back to the water where it's safe for you.
Wait. Is Ronnie doing any interpretation, or is this all Ronnie Squirrel,
Oh,
Ronnie Squirrel?
This is
Squirrel?
basically like squeak, 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 and then like
Squeaker, squeak,
hand
squeak.
move and like squeaky
Squeaking.
sounds.
Like-
click, 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 click.
Like Bubbles
Yeah.
from Powerpuff Girls talking to the animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
But-
it turns to walk away, and then kind of stops and like shifts back and says, "More food for later."
She'll look in her pack. Let me double check how many rations I have. Where is inventory? Jesus Christ, I hate this new. Yeah, she'll give him another ration.
Set it down in front of him. He picks it up, puts it over his head, and kind of like crab walks, because he's obviously a crab, into the water.
Bye.
I love him. If he wants
ask him if he wants
Tremaine,
a
he can
knife?
have him.
Oh, that just gets rid of all of them? That's dumb.
Something about the way he said "interesting," by the way, Ronnie, makes you think that it's like almost as if the crab was like familiar with Termaine, or there was something about Termaine that was interesting in a reminiscent way.
Mm.
Yeah, from 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a good chunk of a crab's life.
No, like when he initially was looking at Termaine. Termaine was interesting to the crab. And yeah, crabs, if memory serves, don't live terribly long, do they?
No.
Yeah. You folks would know that animals in the Feywild don't have the same life cycles or expectancies as people. World.
Yeah.
Similar to how elves.
You mean
live.
they live longer or
Yeah.
shorter?
Everything in the Feywild lives longer.
Okay.
Checking.
Damn, I wish.
Blue crabs, 3 to 4 years. Spider crabs, 100 years.
What
Whoa.
the fuck?
So what kind of crab is he? Probably a blue crab.
I'm just gonna post that in the fan channel.
The shitpost.
Yeah.
Or stone crab, 8 years. Everything's like, I guess the average is like 10. Coconut crabs live for
Yeah,
60.
so your presumption is they probably live somewhere in the neighborhood of like 200, 300 years.
Yeah.
The Louvre.
So crabs are wise as fuck compared to me,
Sure.
some shitty orc.
They're also very the reason why I probably didn't understand the term friends. Crabs typically don't like travel with other crabs. Hermit crabs, on the other hand, yeah, they do have a little bit more of like a social gathering kind of structure. But crabs, as like baseline, are very much kind of territorial and don't like fuck with other crabs too much.
It
Or-
does depend on the
Yeah, this is kind of like what are the ones? A king crab, I think it's called.
Yep.
The
One's in
mean-ass
Alaska.
It's a kingler. It's Pokemon.
ones. Yeah, it's a kingler. We are playing Pokemon now. Yeah.
a marine decapod. Oh,
Well-
there's spiny.
Ronnie, you just spend several minutes clicking, gurgling. What were you saying to that crab? What did it say to you?
Oh, it told me that her mane looks interesting and that it wanted some food. Or asked if I had food. It doesn't know what friends are. And it also doesn't seem to know what death is, but it does know about squirrels and that they eat the inside of crabs. So they really like crabs.
Well, that squirrel we met earlier really liked the inside of a dryad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I was just reminded of a stupid sketch from like a long time ago YouTube. I don't know if anybody here is familiar with Picnic Base.
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Oh no! Pumas are inside of me! If they're dangerous. It's really funny.
Okay,
Sorry.
so-
Why are you the way that you are?
Because of early YouTube. Yeah, that was definitely what did it.
So it was saying that Termaine looked interesting, but I don't really know why.
Is that a compliment?
I'm not sure. He didn't seem like one way or the other about it.
He wasn't trying to flirt with Jermaine. Do crabs flirt?
I don't know.
Well, some acts do lead to crabs.
Jonathan.
Thankfully, nobody in the story heard that bullshit.
That was just some idiot speaking into the wind. Okay, baby cat, you've been taking up a lot of camera time.
Well,
buddy.
It seems like the
Yes, I
longer
am.
we stay here, the more terrible things that happen. So, would we like to go towards that central tree?
Yeah, let's
or
go.
Head home?
This place sucks.
So are you
This
going?
is your place.
Are you going towards the central tree? Are you going towards the western tree? Or are you going towards the eastern tree?
The central.
Central tree.
And how are you going that way?
The boat. Check out the boat to see if it can sail.
Okay. Are you the one carrying the meth?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh,
you're
is
getting-
it crystal activated?
And you're getting onto the boat?
This seems like a trap. You go on
Does
first.
like- I will get onto the boat
Okay.
with the crystals.
Have you ever heard like glass wind chimes?
Yeah.
That is the sound your bag is making.
tinkling
Ooh,
sound.
fun.
Ooh.
And it's like very high pitched and aggravating. like wind chimes.
Oh,
I
Can
love wind chime.
Well,
wrap them individually?
so you open up your bag and you look at them, and they're all glowing. And you're going to reach in and start wrapping them individually.
Like a little candy.
Minecraft Werther's Originals.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but
Those
I mean,
appear to react to the boat.
It's a power source, I guess.
Oh,
do you stay in
they're
the boat?
very loud.
And you're
I
staying-
guess
Do I
I will also get
stand
on the
on the
boat.
boat?
Like
and
you
stay
said,
on the boat.
You're individually wrapping them, so that's obviously something you're doing. But I'm asking,
Yeah.
are you doing that while you're in the boat, or are you doing that outside of the boat?
Well, she'll probably get to the boat, like
You
right
have to have
here.
been in the boat for the song to happen. You said you were checking out the boat.
Oh,
That's why I
so
said
then
the
I'm
thing happened.
on the boat then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get on the boat.
You're on that boat?
I thought that's the boat that we wanted to go
There's
on.
2 boats. I thought you were going for the
where's the
smaller,
other boat?
more
The
managed.
sailboat.
Okay, there's a rowboat, which is very much
Yeah.
a novice level kind of boat, and then there's a fucking sailboat. And your ass said, "Oh, we don't know how to move boats," and you went for the one that's the more complicated. I'm sorry. Apologies for not having verified which boat it was. I just assumed that we
The
were going to
little
take.
rowboat looks like it can seat 2, Jonathan.
It can seat 6. Okay.
I will say
Oh,
this. I will
well,
say
then
this.
fine.
That wasn't
The
obvious.
little,
That was not obvious.
I will say this. The little boat looks like I would call it a canoe.
Yeah,
It-
it looks like it can
And
seat 2.
I think you know that Arya does not travel on canoes.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I
Thank
know
you.
now. I'm gonna go
Thank
ahead-
you, Tremaine.
I'm gonna
This
go
is
ahead.
why. This is why I married Tremaine.
I'm gonna go ahead and notate this. Just
Ari
to
just-
confirm. But yeah, the sing-songiness would still happen. So you're staying in the boat while you're individually wrapping them, or are you exiting the boat before that happens, or after that happens?
Staying in the boat, I guess.
Okay. So to remain,
Grandma Rani with her Werther's caramels.
the sound is very loud. And for Ronnie, it's like, she's kind of working very quickly and focused on the task at hand and can't really hear outside of that. But Tremaine, as you stand on the boat, you would watch as it looks like ropes and lines start to maneuver around on their own, and the sail drops, and you watch as the anchor comes up out of the water and is placed neatly on the deck. This is all happening all at once. Those of you that are not on the boat, Soul very quickly jumps onto the boat. And Arya,
Wait, is this boat starting to move?
I'm asking you, do you jump onto the boat as it looks like everything about the boat looks like it's getting ready to sail?
Yeah.
Okay. It pulls,
And wait, my imp lands on Tremaine's face.
That's fair. The line that's connected to the post disconnects, and the boat starts to sail off. The sound continues, and the boat starts to drift away from the water. Or the boat starts to drift away from the land, starts to drift away and drift out into the water.
Does there appear to be a way to control the boat?
It's a boat, so it's very much something that could be piloted via pilot or water vehicles, I think it is.
Okay, I mean, this is not a ridiculous question based on the fact that it seems
No, I
to be
understand.
operating
It
itself
just seems to be
some
doing it
regard.
on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure we control where it's going because it could take us to some other destination.
Sure, and it very much does appear to be doing that. So something that was never really kind of highlighted because you came along on the side of the tree that was kind of the left, but as you kind of veer out and away from the tree a bit, what you would notice is that there are several channels that kind of move into the north and into a forest populated with like sakura trees, kind of bright pink leaves and petals, and very gorgeous looking, just Feywild forest, right? More dense than the one you walked through to get here. And these kind of waterways look like they channel through it. And there's a basin of water where you're coming out of, and it looks like this would be kind of like a safe area to kind of maneuver about, dock at different locations on the north side of the South Great Tree. But to the east, there is an open expanse of water. And off in the distance, as you come around this bend, you see what appears to be an island covered in storm clouds, flashing with lightning angrily. And it almost looks as though the cloud that hangs and looms over it has like an anthropomorphic face. Like an evil face with like the jagged eyes and kind of like weird like fang tendrils of clouds coming from it.
Just over the island?
Just over the island. And this is probably like, as far as you are able to kind of understand, like 2 or 3 miles out.
It's giving
And
the
that-
smog cloud in Fern Gully.
That water is where your boat is heading. And also, as you're kind of like trying to figure stuff out, Termaine, looking around, and everyone's kind of like confused, the bag of crystals that Ronnie's now wrapping, the sounds don't appear to be from clinking against one another. They appear to be coming from each individual stone. And it's so loud, Ronnie. It's kind of like if you say something to everyone and try to ask questions of them, all they hear is from you and crystals from your bag.
God.
Blink, blink, blink.
So, based on our sort of rough understanding of the geography and everything, this island is nowhere near the central tree.
Correct. The central tree you can see off in the distance. And then to the
Can we try to...
northeast, you
Go
can
ahead.
see the eastern tree. This is
Yeah.
nowhere near any of the trees. Basically, if the trees form a crux, this would basically
Mhm.
be inside of the grid location that would be centered on the north or the southeast quadrant.
Okay, well, if there's a wheel to turn the ship, I'm going to try to turn it in the direction of the central tree.
Okay, go ahead and make a water vehicles check. If you do not have
I don't
water
have that.
vehicles trained, you can go ahead and make me a intelligence roll.
Okay. Soul. Might want to help with this.
Yeah, I'll
I could say a prayer for you.
Termaine's like looking around at the boat, looking at all the lines and looking up at the sail and like, how do I boat? And Arya's like,
Well,
I could pray for you.
you know what? I will
Thoughts and
direct.
prayers.
I will direct. I'll be the one to make this roll because I am so smart.
Do you want me to say a prayer?
Okay,
I
I will
believe this
definitely
is
step
the
aside.
definition of thoughts and prayers.
I would step
Soul-
aside for Soul to do it.
Soul, do you want me to say a prayer for you?
I feel like that can't hurt.
It'll hurt.
And again, I want to make sure that something is very, very clear, and I have to keep on insisting upon it. The stones are so loud, this conversation is not as... again, I don't expect you to yell in your houses, especially at this late hour. But I do want to make sure you understand that your characters are either yelling or they do not understand what each other is saying.
I'm gonna say a prayer for you. Oh,
Okay, if you would like to make your vehicles check, it's an intelligence base, and no help cannot
So-
be aided here because you do not have the skill trained. Or
Soul
the
says
skill
it can't hurt, and then he feels the.
trained.
Oh wait, no, it was
I
Tremaine
see.
that said that. Never mind.
Yeah. Tremaine would shoot Arya a look if that was the case.
Once again, feeling a little lucky. 13 plus a d4.
Okay, so you
16.
start directing Termaine to help and kind of pull lines here. You are trying to turn the sail looking at it and seeing that wind is catching it. And then you are trying to pull the oars aside, and Termaine kind of gets one and uses it to kind of help push the boat in that direction. What you notice while that is happening, I want to make sure this is very clear as well, the boat seems to be listing back into the direction it initially wished to employ, and you are fighting against it. It will be a struggle as far as you can tell, and Soul, you are able to understand that whatever the stones are doing is the stones are the source of it. The stones are the thing that are making the boat go that way.
Should I throw them overboard?
Try moving one away.
I'll just give a thumbs up.
She'll like hold one of the stones like outside of the boat.
Okay.
Doesn't do anything.
It's still humming, yeah. Do you let it
Can
go?
Yeah.
It drops into the water, immediately goes silent. You can see it stops glowing and it descends into the water. Disappearing pretty quickly because, like I mentioned, first 10 feet or so are pretty clear, but then everything underneath that is kind of like a milky white. And it looks like it's that way for this entire bay that you're in.
Does the boat change course at all?
You dropped one, no.
Drop another.
Yeah, you keep dropping them, and again, it seems like there's less power to the that's resisting for each stone that you drop, but not like a huge like difference.
Throw the meth overboard.
Can I drop all but one of them?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
two? Do we want one or two?
I don't know. You grew up
Why
here.
why do we need any of them?
I think they power the boat.
Well, it seems like the wind is powering the boat. I don't know about boats.
Do you keep the one stone, or do you relinquish all of them, or do you keep two?
I keep one.
Okay. The boat has definitely slowed enormously, and you would notice that the boat is easier to steer and move. Termaine, with Soul's guidance, you are able to take direction, Soul occasionally helping here and there, and you're able to pilot the boat so it's turned back towards the southern great tree, so that you can move
The
towards
central great tree.
well, you can't go straight from here to there. You have to go
Oh.
back to the basin and then make your way into the correct canal.
Oh, that's right.
So, with that said, though, you'd also notice that the wind that was kind of in the sails has diminished. You are not moving as fast as you were, but when you do turn about, it is still moving. It hasn't stopped moving, which should not be the case. In a normal world, the wind should have not been able to go in two directions, and you would have had
Right.
to find it. So something is causing wind to be in your sails.
Probably that phase cloud.
Or the crystal that is whistling.
Yes, it is also
Like
a
wind
lot.
chimes.
It is also a lot less noisy now that there aren't a bunch of them in song.
Okay. Well, now we know.
You make it back to the basin, and you start making your way up. So, what I want to make sure you are aware of, there are a total of 4 canalways. One very clearly goes to the east. One very clearly goes to the west. The 2 in the middle do not clearly go in any direction other than north, which means they could go to the central tree, or they could go somewhere else. There are 2. The one on the left has the cherry blossoms and bright pink leaves that I mentioned. Very vibrant. It looks like the path kind of is guided by these trees along its shore. The path on the right looks like it is less burdened by brightness and pinkness, and instead is just shrubberies that have kind of lined along the side of the water, and roots that come down from those plants that kind of seem to be just gorging themselves on the water. The roots are like thick and like corpulent.
Hmm.
Which of the two paths, or four paths rather, because again you can go whichever way you want, but which of the paths would you like to take? So 1, apparently west. Pink, shrubs, east.
Wait, I thought there was a north.
Again,
There's 2 north.
there's 2 that are going north,
Pink and shrub.
but you don't know
But
if
we
one
don't know where they
goes to. Yeah, you do not know where they go. They look like they're both heading in the direction of the central tree, but again, because of the foliage, you're only able to see the entryways. You're not able to see the path.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been here, so I don't know.
No maps.
I've never been to this part either.
Story of our life.
Yeah.
Maybe our group name should have been the Mapples.
Fate. That's a roll.
You know what?
D-
That's a good idea.
roll a
You know
D4
what?
for guidance on which path you should go.
I was just gonna roll
Wow.
one of 2 because I mean we're trying to go
well,
north.
fine.
So.
You know what? You do you then. Don't even want it to be interesting, I guess. Fucking
I say left.
pink path.
Yep.
Is anyone
Let's go.
contesting? Okay. All right. So you make your way along the pink path, the pink riverway,
Sounds
and
like a trap.
very soon after a fashion, the path diverts heavily to the left. By this point, though, you realize that you are on a course, which means that the water is apparently flowing south to north in this specific canalway, and you are kind of locked into it. The wind is no longer relevant, but it does still seem to be catching. And you would also notice that the trees now kind of form an almost romantic tunnelway, as the branches, dark in their kind of nature, kind of showing out of the pink leaves and blossoms, kind of create this very strange canopy above you. It's dark, but at the same time vibrantly pink and gorgeous. The waterway here is much clearer than the basin. You can see all the way down to the bottom. And along the shores, it does look like there are pathways just inside of the waterway. Basically, there is a shore that is mostly just rock or root or kind of slope. But then there are pathways kind of up on the shores, a bit inside of the shores rather, behind the tree line, the initial tree line that you're looking at. The paths look heavily traveled. And I mean, like, not like they were heavily traveled and have had time to linger. They look like they are still heavily traveled. And you would see that as you progress up ahead, there's a bridge that looks like it's made out of filigreed gold. But down the center of it, there is a perfect cleft. It's like there's 2 segments of bridge instead of one whole bridge. And there's just like a narrow slit between. Tremaine, if you'd like to make a history roll, you can.
Oh, yes, I would. Big 9.
You're not terribly familiar with the ways of the South, as we've covered before. And definitely not familiar with Einkrad's history. So you're very confused as to why the bridges are made like this. You're not absolutely certain as to why that's the case. But there must be a purpose. Elves don't build for no reason. So whatever it is, maybe one day you'll figure it out. Today's not that day. And then I would like for Ronnie to go ahead and make a perception roll.
Okay. 25.
Yeah. So as you're kind of looking out into the wilds, you would notice that the canopy seems to be a very strong defense for the sky above. Every so often you get a peek of what appears to be sunlight kind of piercing through, like a shaft of light kind of piercing through space here into the water. But there's a light that's kind of present all throughout, a supernatural light, a fey light, that kind of makes everything seem like you're traveling through daylight. And you understand that this is a ruse. You would see that along the paths, there are small patches of snow that have built up. Some of them have been cleared from the road and pushed to the side. Some of them, you presume, were pushed into the waterway, and due to the nature of the waterway, they melted.
Right.
It very much looks like this path is, in its own right, a path that's been constructed for purpose. This is not a natural waterway.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
it was a trap.
everything changes all at once.
Whoa.
The waterway becomes crackling. You would notice that the water itself is breaking against the hull of your ship. It looks as though you are now moving in more turgid water, more frigid water. And the snow I mentioned that was along the sides of the roads is now inescapable. It's built up well over a foot in almost all places. Finally, there comes a point when the water stops your ship. It is no longer able to move. It has run afoul of too much ice. And your ship sits in a cracked web of ice 10 feet from either shore, due to the size, because you got a pretty big boat, with a canopy of dead pink leaves and blossoms, for whatever reason, still clinging to the branch and not falling, almost as if they were frozen dead. You
Well,
get
this
off
is
the
a
boat.
problem.
Oh, sorry. You can get off the boat to the left or the right. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, this is kind of a problem.
Yeah.
She'll kind
I
of
guess
pull her
there's
cloak around her.
guess there's a reason people haven't been coming from Eingrad for quite a while.
Can we still see the central tree? Or, like, are we close? You're muted
muted.
yourself.
I did it again. At this point, no, because it's too over. There's too much above you.
Yeah.
If you were to kind of maneuver out and kind of try and travel left or right away from the path, maybe. Or if you were to advance on this path, maybe.
Okay. Well, I don't know how close we are to the central tree. So I think we'll have to get out to see if it is, or if we are close to it. But the petals are just like almost like instantly frozen. It's weird.
Preserved.
Yeah, but with ice. Like, is there like one of them that's like on the water of sorts that she
No.
could like pick up? Oh, okay.
None of them fell.
They just look crystallized.
Yeah. I guess the best way to describe it is if you've ever seen somebody flash freeze a flower in like liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm imagining. I just wanted her to like pick one up and kind of like crumble it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, they don't fall.
flowers like flowers, but crystal meth.
Yeah. This is the crystal meth episode,
Yeah, we're
everybody.
coming back to that. So she'll get out, I guess.
Okay. Would you like to go to the left or the right? West or east? Both have roads on them or pathways.
Let's go left.
Okay. And Arya?
Arya will follow Ronnie with the imp flying close behind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll follow after a
Yep,
few
as
beats.
well.
Now, I'm going to show you an image, but unfortunately, due to the nature of the burrow-bound maps, they don't have all the variations in profile. They don't really show you kind of what they look for each. So I need you to use your imagination. I know, difficult. But as you progress along this path, you would notice that the course that you were on would have come to a point where it would have descended, kind of down. If it were still flowing, probably a babbling kind of descent. Not quite a waterfall, just like a slow trickle down towards where you're going. And from the vantage point on the left that you took, you would see up ahead the following, but again, with your imagination, everything is covered in snow.
That's pretty.
Do you see those very strange looking round topped buildings there?
Mm-hmm.
They glow as if some sort of light inside is currently ignited. And then do you see at the base of the tree what looks like a staircase up
Yes.
to a platform?
Mm-hmm.
It is surrounded by a bright yellowish gray mist. The mist is very similar to the mist that barred the ritual door inside of the Durhan cult
Boss battle.
cave space.
That's not going to be a good time.
And I will move you onto a map. So you are going to see nothing for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Music will change. That's the important part for me.
I haven't been hearing any music.
Well, whose fault is that? Probably mine.
I can hear it now. I had to turn it to max volume
Yeah. Same.
instead of 75%.
Okay. One second.
You know, even though this is like cold and frigid, it feels kind of cozy on this little ledge, doesn't it?
So the path definitely winds to an end. This would be a descent from where you're at. So just keep in mind, if you wish to advance, this is where you'll end up. If you don't wish to advance, you're probably about 300 feet back and up on a ridge.
John,
Yeah.
you put me on twice, but not
Yeah.
Jermaine.
Well, at least it wasn't Elizabeth that
You
I
share
forgot.
property now, right?
At least I didn't
It would have
forget
been
Elizabeth.
pure bullying.
Um,
That
If
would
you
not
want
be the
two
first.
Arias and no Jermaine, we could work with that. We could make it work.
So once we get to this position, if we are advancing, I will have some questions. But if we are not advancing, I also have some questions. Are we advancing to this point, or are we holding up at the top of the ridge and just watching the area?
Soul is going to use prestidigitation to make sure their robe is nice and toasty, and then the rest of you can figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, so that's actually a great point that we will deal with if you say you're moving forward.
I did say that she pulls her little like around her.
Mm-hmm.
think want to like assess the situation first before proceeding.
Okay.
Yes, that makes sense.
See like if there's any movement, if there's any sign of life other than the glowy bits, if there's any squirrels around.
Crabs, the crabs hanging around.
You can go ahead and make a perception check from that vantage point that we started at.
21.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So what you would notice is it does look like there are patrols of elves moving in those very strange kind of rounded top buildings. It also looks like the building kind of on the hill at the base of your descent on the left side, this strange, very awkward building here. It looks as though it has individuals moving and maneuvering inside of it as well. Beyond that, you can't tell for much. That check, though, you'd also see that the ice sheet where the pathway would have ended, which is kind of to your right, it looks like there are lights that occasionally flicker beneath the water, or beneath the ice even. Bright yellow lights.
Kinda spooky. And no squirrels.
So far as to say, there are no squirrels. Can you tell me everywhere you looked? I just need to know if you checked the top of Termaine's head. Ratatouille. Or Squirrelatouille.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, you get the sidecar now. You get to lay down and
absolutely nuts.
You don't even have the energy to fight me. Just lay down.
Does the sidecar have a printer?
No, it has a really comfy blanket.
Can you get like a receipt printer for him?
I should get him like a little
a little receipt
toy. Yeah, receipt printer would be cute. Okay, fine.
I mean,
or like one of those little
Higgins
like
has a toy remote.
Instax.
Yeah, sure.
Get him one of the little Instax and let him print off pictures of his mom.
Why not?
Oh.
It'd be cute.
Okay.
So,
Oh, and obviously it's very dark here as well. There's a big tree overhead, and the sun is not piercing because of the snow clouds.
yeah. Well, it seems like there's a lot of activity. So it's very populated. I don't know if they're friendly or not, though. So
Is this a structure?
It is.
there's also lights under the water.
Oh, the structure is under the water?
No.
No. There are lights under the water.
Oh. It's probably, I don't know, anglerfish or some shit.
You did talk about underwater elves earlier.
Maybe it's underwater elves. So I'm sure that's fine, right?
Maybe. Would we kind of know whether or not like we know about the summer elves who are taking claim of Einkrad. Do we know if they are? I know that I, as the player, know that they're kind of combatant a little bit.
Sure.
But does Ronnie know?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So they might not be friends.
Is there such a thing as winter elves?
Yep.
Could be winter elves. Also, I'm sorry, you may have mentioned this, but my brain is like fucking fried. Are we dying of cold?
No, not yet. If
It
you're
looks cold.
advancing, yes.
I mean, but it's cold as shit.
It's cold, but it's warmer up here than it is down there.
But it's snowing.
It's not, like, currently snowing. There is snow. Yeah.
It's too cold. I like
That's a
this.
fair assessment. Yeah, it is too cold.
I want to get in that
You do not
structure.
have cold weather clothing.
Right.
You are not prepared for winter conditions.
We need to get in that structure. Let's go.
Fair.
Well, I hope they're friendly.
And if they're not, we'll fucking kill them. Let's go.
Okay.
It's not like being cold.
Can we climb up this ridge? You said that
You're
the
climbing
thing was.
down the ridge because you're at a point 300 feet out and coming in. You can definitely make your way up onto the hill, which is what you're pointing at. The ridge actually has a pathway which ends where your tokens currently are.
Yeah. But like this is too steep to climb this right here.
No. You can climb it once you get down to the base of the path. Yeah, it would have been too steep, or just not possible further back.
Oh, okay.
But this doesn't seem like a warm building.
Okay, so once you get
Well,
there,
on the outside.
once you get there, I need everyone to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay.
That's my
Do it.
favorite.
Do I get anything for using prestidigitation to make my robe nice and toasty?
I will give you a +1 to the roll if you are doing
If-
nothing besides using your action to do likewise.
Oh,
It,
can I
it
make
lasts
a
for an
fire-
hour.
If you
If they're
have
by
res-
me, everybody gets a +3 to their saving throw.
If you have resistance or immunity to cold damage, you also automatically succeed on the save.
And
First
a
rolls.
produce flame wouldn't help, right?
No.
+3. +3.
Okay, I have a 16.
So the
I-
presumption is that you are marching. So for you to be within 10 feet of everybody the entire time is hardly likely. To
Oh,
be
I'm
fair.
right up on that ass, honey. That's
I
my
will.
husband
I will
now,
give
honey.
you one person. You have to choose, though.
Yeah, his
There can
wife.
definitely be one person you would be dedicatedly positioned next to. You just have to
His
choose
wife.
who that person is, Tremaine. Who do you choose?
Ronnie.
All right, because you saw the.
Oh,
'cause you saw the-
damn.
'cause
I
you saw the
rolled an
roll.
8.
Okay.
I
Well, fair-
she's shivering. She's
But-
shivering.
I will note that Arya notices and will clock it and lock it in the old trap there.
And pop it later.
Oh,
No.
wait. I will say this. I will
No.
say this. Hold on. Let me say something.
Okay.
Arya loves Ronnie. And Arya... What?
You don't want her to turn into an elf popsicle.
I don't... Yeah, I think, like, I love Ronnie more than I want to own Tremaine. I'll say that.
Oh boy.
Aww.
Oh boy.
So I will note rules for extreme cold so we understand. When the temperature is 0 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, a creature exposed to extreme cold must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw at the end of each hour or gain 1 exhaustion level. Creatures that have resistance or immunity to cold damage automatically succeed on the save. This specific extreme cold has been modified. It is a sapping cold. What that means is at the end of each hour, a cumulative +1 bonus will be added on to the DC. So the longer you're here, the longer or the harder it will be to remain. This will reset if you can find a warm hearth somewhere that is able to toasty your bonesies. Okay,
John, I have a question.
fire away.
So one of my features and traits is a faithful steed. How many creatures can I carry on it?
It is a horse that can carry you and one other person. What you'll notice is that thing will be hobbled very quickly unless it has a fly speed. There is no path here that doesn't look like it will absolutely destroy a horse's speed.
It's like a. It's not really a horse though.
All right, what is it?
It's a spirit.
Yeah, in the form of a
But it's
unusually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed. So you can make it into a warhorse, which will fucking hobble here, a pony, which would fucking hobble here, a camel, which would also hobble here, an
a
elk,
camel.
which would hobble the fuck out of shit here, and the
What
mastiff,
about a
I say, would be very, very difficult for me to justify you having a mastiff.
What about a tauntaun?
Tauntaun.
Now,
Just
if
cut
you,
that thing
if
open.
you made a
Crawl in
tauntaun,
there.
yeah, then we're good. No, tauntauns don't exist. And also, stop trying to get me in fucking trouble with goddamn Disney, okay? Jesus, fuck you guys. For fuck's sake.
Are you saying the red caps didn't know Snow White?
God damn it. There were 7 of them.
God. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's okay.
Yeah, the main thing is the mount is also large. There's not a very wide open space for you to maneuver a mount here.
Fine. I was just trying to troubleshoot.
No worries.
Well, all of us made our contract, this time.
Yeah. Yep.
So we just have to get into that structure ASAP.
Did I take any damage or anything?
For what?
With an 11.
Right, 8.
11.
10.
11.
10 was the DC. In the next
Yeah,
hour,
so
it'll
you
raise
got,
to
you
11.
got an 11. You got an 11 because of
Oh,
the plus
because
3
I
for
was-
trimming.
Okay.
Yeah. Or of protection.
Okay, so from this position, you're free to move at your pleasure. As mentioned, if you wish to climb on the left, you can. It will require an athletics check unless you have a climb speed. And then you can move.
We do this.
You can move around the path and kind of make your way down onto the ice. That's also an option.
That's what Arya would want to do. She wants to get in there ASAP.
Oh, you want to go that way?
I mean, to me,
I thought you meant that way.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Sure.
I don't know what this is.
So if you kind of pop up there, Ronnie, and
It's
kind of look at it, it's basically like an amphitheater or like a space that's kind of temple-like. So instead of having walls on its exterior, there are kind of like vaulted positions that are kind of higher up, which almost look like their own like small little apartments on kind of a circular route above. And then there are a bunch of pillars beneath it that allow access to the open-aired kind of space in the middle, allowing you to see that there's some sort of kind of, it almost looks like an arena.
But there's no kind of like fire.
There's no fire and there are no people.
Okay, she'll go back down.
Okay. And if you folks make your way down to the ice, that's absolutely not going to take a long time without issue. And Soul, you've got a light glowing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we can see I can see the lights underneath, right?
Yeah, you can also see Soul's light.
Well, I figured that.
Just going to leave that out there.
Which means that they can also see Soul's light.
Would you like to take any countermeasures regarding that? Are you moving down stealthily is the question I'm asking. Okay, everyone make a stealth roll. Group stealth.
Great.
Seven. I rolled a 1.
As you're marching down, you would notice that it looks like there are forms. From this position, a bit harder to see, but definitely not hard for Arya to spot. You would see that forms appear to be moving down from the very strange domed buildings and kind of heading out towards the waterway. Looks like there's a total of 7 of them.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
From where to where? Just
They will be coming
directionality
here.
wise.
And I'm going to put them
Oh.
on the map so you can see them.
Oh, okay. I can't see that far.
And then I'm also going to attempt...
So I think, I don't know. I think I have the best sight,
Yeah,
and this is as far as I can see.
hold on.
Or this is the one that I can see. This
Well, there's going to be more. I haven't put them all down yet.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I am posting a picture of what they look like.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy. Definitely not winter elf like.
Could be elf. No, oh yeah, that could be an elf.
That
Totally.
was
Well,
really
I mean, it's
cool.
not giving like winter elf though.
Oh no, you're right.
No. It's giving autumn elf.
Oh wait, red, dyed red leather. Sen.
So you can see a few of them. It does look like there's a pack of 7 that you can see kind of off in the distance, like in the shadow. They are making their way down to the water, to the frozen basin here. So you're obviously caught out. How would you like to proceed? You can try to move for the shack. You can try and move back up onto the ridge that you came up and try and make your way up that way. Or you can try and retreat by running on the ice itself.
Or we can do the dumb Ronnie thing and find friends.
I'm going to
Cast
go ahead.
the fruit.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you
What
said.
are they gonna do? Throw us in jail that's possibly warm?
What are you gonna do? Stab me? Right
Uh,
before getting stabbed.
I'm going to give you, because it's more, I think this is more than fair. If you do not decide in 10 minutes, I will demand an answer at that point, and whatever the first person says will be what I go with. But I'm going to give you 10 minutes to try and workshop what you want to do. I'm going to hit my mic. I'm not going to answer any of your questions. I've given you the routes that I think are viable, but you can definitely do other stuff like was suggested, leaving you to it. Once everybody has confirmed an option, we'll go with that.
Well,
We have to
she's
move
just
forward
not
eventually.
here. Yeah, and she's just not here to give their answer.
I mean, if we go back up, we still have to find another way to go forward.
Or we just go back.
Back where? Back to the boat?
Yeah.
And then where do we go from there?
Right? I don't know. That's why I'm saying, like, there is the option to just go forward and act
Yep.
like we're lost. Oopsies.
I think going forward is probably our best choice. Whatever method we want to, or tack we want to take with that. But yeah, going back to the boat, trying to find a reverse button on the boat, it does not sound like a great time.
Yep.
And that's 3-1. Do we really need to?
We should probably get their opinion. Because
Yeah.
their opinion does matter.
Not if I fireball first. Sorry, what?
Oh, I didn't see Sapakli BRB'd. Perfect
Yeah,
timing.
I know. That's why I was like, 10 minutes is.
Exactly when I said that, too. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, you 3 have nominated We're Pushing Forward.
Yes.
Majority rule. As you kind of advance on the ice,
Sorry,
the
Joe.
detachment definitely makes its way onto the ice as well. You would see that they have their bows drawn, and all of them have a single arrow nocked, and they would march up. You would see one pull an arrow, which appears to have something hanging from the edge of it, or the back
Do you
of
have a
it.
white tasseled arrow, Ronnie?
Huh?
Do you have a white tasseled arrow, Ronnie? Because we picked up some of those.
Oh, yeah, we do have some of those.
You might want to fire it not into them, but
Yeah, she could fire hers like here.
Yeah, and you'd see one pull an arrow with something attached to it and fire it back in kind. It lands very close to where you're standing, Ronnie, and you would see that hanging from it is a black tassel.
Oh.
And black tassel basically means surrender or die.
She'll put her bow back and hands her up.
They march forward.
And she looks back at them like,
Yeah, I mean, he would sheath his sword.
why'd you have that out anyway?
Oh, it's always out, Ronnie.
Okay. So as they get closer, there are going to be 2 things that you folks are going to notice. And I want to make sure that you clock it very, very keenly. Firstly, I need everyone to make a perception roll.
$23.
Ronnie and
15.
and Soul, the two of you would see that brandished weapons, the swords, the bows, and also their leather chest plates have a mark engraved on them. The mark of the betrayer. The second thing I would like you to notice is that they're all wearing helmets, but elves typically have ears that would point out sharply, very noticeably. There does not appear to be elf ears coming out of these helmets, nor does there really appear to be any real neck holding the helmets in place.
Are they headless?
Did you surrender, and are you maintaining your surrendered position? Because your hands are up, Ronnie, and you suggested to the others that that be what they do as well.
John, before you go too far down
So-
that path, do they have a light so that I can actually see them?
Ooh, yeah, I did say they did have lights, so then I would say one of them would, for sure. I'll hit it. Hold on.
Liz, Tremaine doesn't see what you and Soul see unless you say so. So he's following your lead,
Oh, can't see shit right now. So.
which is surrender mode.
Yeah. She'll kind of, I guess, whisper back, or quietly, so that they can hear. I think that they're part of the betrayers. I don't know if they have heads.
They advance closer.
That's all Soul needs to hear, and we'll fireball.
Yeah, and draw the sword, put the shield up.
Okay. They were approaching cautiously. Go ahead and roll initiative. I will say that because someone was pre-measuring, I'll allow them their fireball before the fight starts.
Rani just...
24 and a DC of 17.
1 second. The fireball is kind of brought forward and thrown out to them. You watch it detonate in their midst, and all of them at the same time throw their cloaks up and are putting their bows onto their backs. And you'd see the cloak kind of wrap around them almost supernaturally and then kind of fall to the side. It looks like they only took a little bit of damage from that burst.
I feel like I remember them doing that in the crypt before.
Again, if your memory's good, a lot of these techniques will very much seem familiar, but these ones are better than the ones you fought last time.
You still need to roll initiative, Tom. Okay, we're all on.
You watch as their bows go up and onto their backs, and then all of them in unison draw these perfect elvish longswords, raise them in front of them, and then point them straight at Ronnie, and march across the ice very quickly, surrounding her. Once they are within your, personal space, you realize that their helmets are just floating over where a head would be. And then they all kind of bring their blades in and in unison, or more in a pattern, swing at Ronnie in kind of almost like a blender.
Yeah. They definitely don't have heads!
Let's see. So a total of
And I probably won't either.
14 attacks.
I tried to kill them. I'm sorry.
You
I tried to melt the ice underneath them with the fireball. Like, there were a lot of things.
So that's a very interesting point. So when the fire detonated against the ice, what you would notice is there's like a simmer and like some steam that erupts, but the ice's sheet doesn't look like it's been touched at all.
Jeez.
I tried.
It's okay.
There's healing word. You'll be okay.
13, 14.
A lot of attacks.
You've already died once. You'll be fine.
It's not from fall damage this time.
Gotta die in different ways sometimes. Full
That's
experience.
kind of depressing.
For you or
Oh.
for me?
The last one for me. No, it's actually interesting. Okay, so it will be a total of. You have 46 hit points. Again, this is important because I'm gonna drop you. But
Figured.
the last attack that hits is after you've fallen. So that means you'll take a failed death saving throw as well.
Okay, so 4d6, and then a failed death
So
saving.
Ronnie has her hands up and the bow's on her back, and then she says what she said, and then you can see Soul casting the spell. She's going for her bow and kind of preparing herself for defense, but by that point the blades have come around her and started to weave. She's chopped down and she says, "I don't think they have falls to the ground. Blood just splattering all over the place from these cuts. And then one, as she hits the ground, kind of brings in a quick cut that kind of slashes her across the chest while she's already downed. They do appear to stay focused on her, which means during the next turn they will continue cutting until there's probably nothing left. Ronnie, it's your initiative. Go ahead and make a death saving throw. If you roll a 1 at this point, you do die.
I will honestly laugh so hard.
I will also. That is a success.
10.
So you are 1 fail, 1 success. Soul, you're up.
Oh, it automatically added it. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything.
It seems like they've gotten their shit together since last
Mm-hmm.
we cried about it.
Termaine, if you can get her back up, I have something I can do now that will help, but
Well, I mean, what, I don't know what I can do to get her back up. I mean,
charge up there, lay on hands.
oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
but the
fine.
problem is I need to start attacking her, otherwise they're just going to bring her down again.
So I have, above the table, I have Sanctuary that I can cast on her, so any time they try and attack her, they have to make a Wisdom saving throw or choose a new target or lose the attacker spell. But that's a leveled spell, so I can either do that or heal her, and I feel like if I cast Healing Word, they're just going to blend her to death that
Exactly.
next time.
You do Sanctuary.
Okay. So you're casting a spell. In response, the held action of the creature in the far back line will happen. A single arrow will fly out of the darkness and slam into you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, the DC of which will be 13. Otherwise, your spell fizzles.
I am next to Termaine.
Nailed it. So
Very nice.
you basically get clipped by an arrow, like mid-casting, and you're like, oh, and you have to focus up because you realize the pain is going to take your thought away. Sanctuary is cast. Ronnie, you are now protected by the spell Sanctuary, which says as follows. Any creature that wishes to attack you must make a Wisdom saving throw. If they fail the saving throw, they can choose a new target to attack, but they cannot attack you. If they pass the saving throw, they can attack you fine.
Okay.
And
Thanks.
then with my regular action, I will, I guess, Sorceress Burst will say this one.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
One of those was an 8.
Roll
I
an
don't
8.
know why it's collapsing.
Because both dice are being pulled into the single one. Okay, so a total of 19. Okay, so that one gets hit by the charge, and the Sanctuary spell hits. You see their heads kind of like lean forward to a point where you can actually see the breach. You actually see that the helmet is separate from the body. And when they look down at Ronnie, it seems like they're kind of analyzing the spell. Then they all kind of look over at Soul at the same time after the one gets hit. And it seems like they've all locked onto you, and the swords all kind of point out in your direction. Soul done, Tremaine up.
Done after moving back as far as I can.
Okay.
Remain cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action. You see, like anger in his eyes. His shield is up, and he charges into
Time
the
out.
fray.
Is
Yep.
is Lay on Hands a bonus action?
It is.
It is.
So you can't
So
Shield of Faith
may not
and Lay on Hands. It's one or the other.
Right. I thought that.
Cure Wounds is a leveled spell. You can't cast it in Shield of Faith. If you're
Right. I thought we were not bringing her up because she was just going to get smacked down again.
Oh,
Isn't that what
I
you just
thought
said?
that we were healing her. Okay.
I
no,
think
cool.
we may want to heal her. It's just the Sanctuary will make it more likely that she will survive all of the attempts at attacking.
I see.
Uh,
I see.
But yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Great. So I'm going to run forward. I'm not going to do Shield of Faith.
If you want the
As a
defensive measure, bonus action, Lay on Hands, action, dodge.
Right. Bonus action, Lay on Hands. And I'm going to pump all 30 of my hit points into her.
Oh shit.
If you weren't related,
And then
I
I'll
would have
dodge.
taken it a weird way. 30, Andy. Damn, alright. Gangster. Heals are happened. And then taking the dodge action. Tremaine done. Arya, sorry to make everything awkward. That's just what I do. It is your turn now.
Oh, do I know if these creatures are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead?
Based on what you're looking at, you have no idea. You would need to make a check and to kind of analyze them, and that would be an action to do so.
Okay. I am going to use a leveled slot, and I will cast Bane.
Okay. 3 targets.
I will target all the ones in the back row.
Got it. Fail, fail, fail.
Oh, it didn't.
I know what it does.
I know, but I want to share it with other folks.
That doesn't.
Thank
oh,
you.
okay.
Just
Sorry.
click the details. Yep. So they will have failed. They don't appear to have insanely good charisma.
Okay, that's my action. For my bonus action, I'm not going to use it, but I will move here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
So, as the situation is as it stands, they understand the nature of the magic. Their target has definitely moved a bit away. You said you're moving as far as you can.
Yeah, I mean, the map ended 20
Yep.
feet back, but if I could move further, I certainly would have.
How much more movement did you have?
10?
So you're 10 off board?
Yeah.
Okay. Acceptable. They will...
There. Now I'm 10 off board. You'll never find me.
You can't even see the map anymore, I don't think.
I can. I
Oh.
can. Thank you.
Oh, well then fine. That's fine. Leave it. We'll make it work. They are going to, seeing the situation as it stands, and realizing the culprit is you, they will call forth for another attack from their archer. That'll hit. That'll do a total of 18 damage, which means you'll take 18 soul. And
Hold on. Is it within shieldable range?
no.
Okay.
20s. And you take 18 damage, and then a saving throw is required. Constitution saving throw of DC 10.
Is it trying to interrupt it? Like, oh,
Is
it just-
Sanctuary a spell that has concentration?
No.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we're good. I could have sworn it had con. That's crazy.
I just
It
checked
used
and
to.
it does not in 2024. It may be because so much shit terminates it anyways.
Sure.
Right.
Okay. Then yeah, just 18 damage. I guess we have to kill you.
That still won't stop the spell, buddy.
Fair. Good point. Then I guess they're gonna swing for it. So saving throws are wisdom.
Yes.
Let's see. DC 17 right? Or 18?
I think 17. Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them gets to attack. Sad. The other two will pick a new target, so... And Ronnie, you technically have opportunity attacks, but you don't have a melee weapon drawn, so...
Don't do it.
we're
It'll
It
ruin
would
the
also
sanctuary.
break the it'll
Yeah.
break the sanctuary.
A fucking trap.
I tried.
It's a trap.
Okay, so first attack's against Ronnie. One of those will hit, because I have advantage, you're prone. It'll be a total of 17 points of damage.
Heavy hitters, alright.
When they attack this time, what you'll notice is that when they swing in, it's not just the long swords that are hitting. As they have gained momentum, you're seeing an after image of them appearing that's kind of like a reddish glow. And when it hits, they hit, and then the red sword of the after image is connecting, dealing radiant damage. And now for them to attack this guy, who is dodging, which means I have disadvantage. And a total of 12 attacks.
And don't forget Bane.
Yeah, in all honesty, I would have had to have gotten within range for Bane to matter, and that did not happen. The closest I got was a 20, which is too shy. Elves are done attacking. Once they kind of bring in the attacks, and Tremaine, you kind of, calculatedly like swing your sword, block, shield, etc. They all stop and kind of like are pointing their swords at you, and then they'll raise their swords up in front of their face, seemingly changing tactics, which we'll discuss during your next round of initiative.
Oh.
Ronnie, you're up.
Alright.
Well, you're not. You're prone, but yeah.
Engage. Get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you a blue dot to represent Sanctuary.
Okay. So yeah, I will disengage, and I will.
Well, I will explain. You don't technically have to, but if you don't, they will. Hold on, let me read Sanctuary.
They
again.
can't. But oh, I don't know.
Very
about that.
interesting.
What about reaction?
Whenever we're targeting you with an attack roll or damaging spell, doesn't matter what the cause of that situation is. So they would need to make another wisdom saving throw against you. It would be a total of 4 of them if you were to just book it. Or you can go the safe route, disengage, and just get to where you need to go.
Yeah, she'll play the safe route and disengage, and
You have to get up still, so... Or you can crawl
Yeah.
half your speed.
Well, it's half my speed either way.
Actually, fun fact, if you crawl 1 square to the left, you can then use a climb speed to just go straight up the rock. So you don't even have to get up. You just literally are going from prone to spider. That's honestly the play. 5'10", and
You
then
know what? Yeah, fuck it, we ball.
5'10", and then you have a speed of
Horizontal climbing and then
35, right?
vertical climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be at the top.
Sick. So I can go here.
Yeah.
Sick.
And then there's like a divide. You see like how there's like a little path that goes between?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you know where you're at. And the ridge you're on, the kind of like wall, it's 25 where you're at, but it descends down, probably at an increment of about 5 feet every 10 feet, until the end where it kind of drops off sharply.
Right. And do I have... I don't think I have... I don't have a potion of healing, so... That's not gonna work.
Pre-measuring the fireball
And-
again.
Goodberry is
No.
also...
That one's not me
an
for
action.
once. I have a much more interesting thing I'm about to do.
Let's see
So
it.
that's me.
I would like to use my Staff of Power to make a globe with Wall of Force around that asshole that keeps arrowing me.
Okay. Wall of Force. Globe. That'll work. Hold on. I believe I have a token for that. Not automatically saved, unfortunately. I'm not that good, but we do our best. That's all. Was it 10 by 10? Or 10-foot radius?
Yes.
Okay.
Up to 10 feet, but yeah, I'd probably just do
10-foot
that.
radius. Bubble. Blum. Oh, radius.
Yeah.
10-foot radius, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, might as well.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm gonna chug one of my healing potions because everything hurts.
Smart.
I'm so bad at math. Okay, perfect. Because that could also potentially block off others from coming to you. If you think about it, you're choking off this pathway. Okay, soul done. Termain up. And that wasn't the last charge of it, right?
No.
Okay.
It has enough for me to do one more spell and risk everything or some others.
Okay. Termain.
Roll 20 is being a jerk, and my feed is not opening. Literally, I cannot get it to open. I'm gonna do a quick refresh, okay? Sorry.
No worries.
My internet connection is good. I'm not sure what's happening.
New Jersey internet.
No, it's the best internet. I just don't know what's going. There we go. It's back. Great. So we're gonna, as a bonus action, cast Shield of Faith on myself, and then I'll take the attack action. And
Oh, sorry.
have
Pause.
any of these? Yeah.
You're making. You're casting a spell within melee range. One of them will use their reaction to attack you amidst it as an interrupt.
Okay.
You started your turn, so dodge's up.
Yeah.
And the spell hasn't been cast, so 22. So yeah, I hit with a 23. Okay. You're going to take a total of 14 points of damage, and then you need to make a Constitution saving throw. DC is going to be 10. Nailed it.
15.
The spell goes off without a hitch.
Great. Which one did that to me?
The one that is here. And they all
Yeah.
look like they're capable of doing it. It just seems like it's
I
only
understand,
one.
but I'm just pissed at that one. So I'm
That's
just
the one I
gonna-
don't like right now.
That's right. You're my enemy right now. Oh fuck, 11 and 19.
The second one will hit.
Okay, that damage, and I'm also gonna throw in a divine smite.
You cannot.
I cannot because it's a leveled spell.
No, it's a
Never
bonus
mind.
action to use divine
Oh,
smite.
I've used my bonus action. Okay, great. But it is sapped.
Correct.
Okay. You guys are jerks.
Oh, interesting fact. It wouldn't change anything. You roll an 11 for the first deck. They sap you back. Sorry, I forgot to mention it to Ronnie because
They sap you. They sap me back.
Yeah, they sap when they hit. Sorry,
Those are assholes.
but it's just
So
the
it
next
wasn't
attack
just-
roll. It would have been the 11. It didn't matter. It in the
My
wash.
love, save me.
Okay.
in the
Remain
wa-
cries out with his eyes.
Yeah, they seem to be fighting very well with these blades. But Arya, you are up.
Okay, well, I'm
Oh, and
maintaining my. Oh,
sorry, this one here is bloodied. Other than that,
Okay.
everyone else seems fine.
I'm like maintaining my concentration on, cursing these freaks. I'm gonna run up.
Okay, we
Here.
love that.
I'm going to cast Flame Slash.
Okay,
Hold on, let me uncheck. Oh god, damn it!
this is some crazy
Sorry.
ass fucking Avatar shit right here. I love this.
Truly.
Okay, so
And then
Flame-
fire Arya attack.
Ooh, it's cantrip too.
That hit?
Mm.
Oh
yeah, that
okay,
hits.
I think that hit.
And you're attacking the bloodied one.
What the shit? Oh yes,
You rolled
what?
two
that's
12s.
a 24.
2d12-year-old max
Are you
damage.
attacking the bloodied one or a different one?
The bloodied one,
Okay,
girl.
so-
What?
Termaine, you kind of
Yes.
like get hit by that one, slash at it, and then kind of look at the others. And then as you kind of look over your shoulder, you just see this bright line of fire kind of sweep into this one and cut it down. When it hits the ground, its helmet flies off, and you would see that where a neck would be, there's just a stump that looks like it's just tied flesh that's been tied in a knot, where a
Nice.
neck would be.
And then he would look back at Arya and his eyes would go wide. Like, wow, that was
That's
pretty
why I
baller.
married
That
you.
was awesome. That was awesome.
That-
That was really
Right,
hot.
honey. And then we're gonna back the fuck out of the way using move back here, and then I will roll
And I will roll.
d10.
They will both succeed on their saving throw against the disadvantage. Unless the
that's my
DC is higher than a 17.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, because the taunting step, right?
I did a refreshing step.
Oh, okay, cool. Never mind, I'm done. I thought it was both.
I'm not trying to draw all that motherfucking fire. Not right now.
Fair enough. Done with your turn?
All done.
Okay. So, this one here, seeing the situation as it stands. Oh, you're no longer prone, by the way. Because I'm nice.
Oh, I forgot to
It's okay, I got it.
get that.
But this one right here just turns away from you, Termaine, and just starts walking towards this wall. Provokes an opportunity attack if you'd like to use your action here.
I totally would. Totally would. Let's go.
That'll hit. Okay. You cut it in the back, it just kind of continues walking. Once it reaches that point, it kind of reaches up to like a full extent of about 10 feet high, grabs a hold of the rock, and then pulls itself up, throwing itself up into the air and landing next to Ronnie. Its action
Uh-oh.
was the pull. So it just basically throws itself up there and kind of lands, and then the blade kind of like very deftly kind of points towards you. The other
She sees that.
three, this one, its attention is turned to its friend as it's cut down, and then its head kind of swivels like on its own and looks over at Arya, and it will walk straight out to her.
Don't like that.
The other three looking at you, one of them is going to take his sword and very quickly resheath it, and then drop down to a low stance, throwing his arms out wide, Termaine, and spear you in the legs. Go ahead and make an athletics
Oh.
check to see if you...
Which one? Which one?
This one here.
I feel like this is important, so as a reaction, I'm going to use my favorite by the gods to give him advantage.
Okay, you have advantage on your athletics roll. 24 will be successful. Good choice on that. So it slams into your legs, attempting to try and knock you off of your feet, and fails, and then kind of backs away, confused.
Thank you, Saul.
The one with Bane on it will use its bonus action to cause its blade to ignite in bright red light. And the other one will raise its sword skyward. Tremaine, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. You fail. You'll take a total of 12 points of radiant damage as a bolt of red energy descends from the sky and strikes into you. A flame-like strike. You're like, it's the wrong color, you jackass. It's supposed to be moonlight. But yeah, Sacred Flame is just cast. Ronnie, you are up.
More like profane flame. I see.
Fantastic. We're going
it
to
is
take
kind of-
out our.
Go ahead, sorry.
So we're gonna take out our +1 longbow that has close range. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
And we're gonna fire that right into this asshole who's in front of us.
Makes sense.
That will get rid of Sanctuary, which...
Pause for a second.
Okay.
Before you attack, I'm going to give you a couple of notes here.
Oh, Hunter's Mark?
Sure, but I want to make sure you understand something before you attack. So, first off, Sanctuary will go away. That is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, you're okay with that. Second,
Yeah.
you can attack it with your bow, or you can attack the footing that it is on instead.
I didn't realize it was.
As I mentioned, it is kind of a steep ridge, and as you can see, it looks like it's a bunch of rock. You can actually see some of them already cascaded down and fallen to the side. So if you'd like, you could actually shoot the rock out from underneath its footing. Your call.
Yeah.
Or you can just direct shot. You did get two pretty solid plunkers in there. Your call. You cannot Hunter's Mark a rock, though. That's
Yeah, I know.
not an option.
That's pretty rude.
Why can't I Hunter's Mark this rock?
Sorry.
Is that just hitting it with a paintball?
One day I will let you Hunter's Mark a rock. Today is not that day.
It's gonna be a
Flip it.
Fine, we'll shoot the rock.
Roll damage for the first attack. Okay.
8.
So, not successful in knocking the rock out from under it. Go ahead and make the damage for the second attack. It will require the second attack. That'll
7.
be enough. So basically, you kind of look down at the rock and see that the piece of shale that it's kind of on top of is very kind of neatly set, but it's also not terribly strong. Like if it were to break, underfold would kind of fall out from underneath. First shot, you slam down into the ground, the sanctuary kind of dissipates, and you watch as the rock breaks kind of a little bit, and you kind of angrily grab the next arrow, push it down, and it's kind of looking at you as it's brandishing the blade. You fire it straight down, it hits, it causes the creature to fall. Because of it requiring bow shots, it's going to be a random fall. So go ahead and roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, it's going to the left inside of the chasm. 4, 5, 6, it's going to the right into the ice.
1.
Plunk. Okay, so you're free to move at your pleasure, and I'll go ahead and leave the hunter's mark on it.
I'll move back a little bit onto safer ground, and then
You already know he can pop right back up, so...
yeah. And then that's my turn.
Okay. So...
Question:
No, you
if
cannot
I
see
use,
him.
no, I don't.
Okay.
If I cast a spell with the Staff of Power, can I then cast a leveled spell as a
No,
bonus action?
leveled spell is a position that just means spells that have a level marker. The spells in that staff do denote what level they're cast at or what level of spell they are.
Okay. Is Termaine bloodied?
No.
No, I am not quite bloodied.
Okay. I am.
Oh shit! I forgot to attack Arya. I'm so sorry. Hold on, before you go.
I'm sorry. I should have gone faster.
He's like, forget. You will
um,
not attack this.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna. So Arya, it rushes forward towards you, and as it's moving, it kind of slips on the ice a little bit. The first attack comes in wide, and you're able to kind of like drop low, and then as it kind of cuts out this way, it kind of reaches up and swings, but it's still got like a bit of ice to its like footing, and it kind of slips back. So the whole thing just kind of cascades like ass over tea kettle, face to the ground, and the sword buries itself in the ice at your feet. And then the red line kind of just like cuts into it a little bit as well. It fumbled, double fumbled, it's prone, and it's no longer holding its weapon.
Please.
Just too much aura.
Too much aura from Arya.
Or a max.
Okay.
Aria, that's what we're going to call her.
Too much. You know, between me and Liz, it's too much.
Yeah, there's just too much. It's all happening.
You
It's
know
all
what?
happening
You know what I'm saying, Liz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too much.
So
I am going to use one charge from the Staff of Power to spam Magic Missile at this closest one.
one charge is just going to be regular magic missile, right?
Yeah, I don't know that I can use more charges to level it up, so it'll just be
Okay.
the 3 normal.
Roll 3d4 plus 3. Or that. 12 total?
Yep.
Alright. It's still alive. And not bloodied. Okay. Anything else?
I don't have anything else now.
Jermaine.
No.
Okay. Remain is going to turn to the one that Soul just attacked, and will do his best.
That's pretty
we go.
good.
That'll be
That's
sufficient.
better. And that, and then this time we're gonna do a Divine Smite.
Okay.
For another 13.
What you will notice upon the smite being activated, the blade hits and then a bolt of kind of holy kind of green energy darts into it. It seems to be resistant to radiant damage.
Oh, snap.
I should be resistant to Radiant damage as a paladin. Come on.
Maybe you should
I was
join.
immune to it once.
Maybe you
That
should
was
join the
great.
dark side of the Force. Arya, you are up. By the way, I want to stress, you see White right now. He is literally focused on the combat. He is locked in. I cannot get a visual for you because he's also sitting on my phone.
Does he attack the monsters for us?
He looks like he's ready. He looks like he's fucking ready to go. I don't know if he's going to attack it's either that or Soul. He's kind of looking down at the bottom of the
Why
map.
me?
I don't know. Maybe he knows.
I would
He
like to
knows.
bonus action call Shimby and have it attack the one that I magic missiled.
Should be.
Yeah.
That's his choice. Which one do you want? Hold on. Which one do you want? You want this one? Start picking like crazy. Oh, that worked. It did catch his attention. He definitely likes this one right now. Is that the one you want? Jim?
Something, cat.
Oh, Laura just walked around outside. He doesn't know what's going on. So many noises and sights to see. Go down.
But
Okay.
he did eat that one, right?
Yeah, he thinks he saw her have something in her hands.
Oh.
He wants to know about it. So, Arya, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to...
Oh, and this one is bloodied after your attack, Jermaine.
Nice.
Wait, which one?
The one that he just went on.
This one right here, and it's also sapped, by the way, too.
Yep.
Sick.
Alright, so I... Oh no, I had like a plan of attack, and then...
Well, this guy's prone and not wielding a weapon, so you could just jump over him.
Patched. Oh, yeah.
You don't even
So-
have to know he exists. Like, he's currently
Oh,
a
okay,
non-combatant. His sword is buried in the ice.
So I'm gonna run. I'm gonna do what I just did before, which I'm addicted to now. By the way, just so everyone
yeah.
knows,
Yeah,
I'm gonna run up.
I like that. Do
I'm
it.
gonna do a flame slash.
That'll hit.
That's a 20. 11.
Yeah, so it's like turning to face you, Termaine, and you're kind of locked in, and then this red line of flame just kind of cuts from shoulder to shoulder, and the helmet goes flying off to the side. The thing drops to the ground dead.
Stay there.
Oh,
The
so Ariana.
oh, sorry, one more thing, because I want to be gross. The aforementioned necktie kind of roasts a bit, almost like a sausage. Okay, now go.
Aria grilling sausage,
Grilling sausage, elf sausage.
serving
Head sausage.
Cuciana. Just full. Okay, so now that I'm here, I'm going to do more of what I typically do, which is to teleport away.
There's nothing adjacent to you. You could just walk away if you don't want the. Because you already.
Well, I
you
need.
still have your
I
temp.
want. Well, I want to see if I can get more temp.
Well, it's wasteful though, right? Because like you're killing the temp you already have.
Oh man.
You already rolled it, so you're sticking to it. That's fine. I tried to talk you
I
out
just
of it.
wanted to know if I could get more.
I just wanted to talk you out of a bad move. That's all I was trying to do. Jeez, sorry.
That's my turn.
All right, fair. This one will stand up and start climbing. It's probably about 5 feet off of from getting to the top. And then the other two will both kind of turn towards Termaine and raise their swords to the air very quickly with a sharp move. 2 Sacred Flames will dart. I need 2 dex saving throws, DC 14 for both. Termaine.
Dex saving throw.
Success.
A 19 and a 10.
Okay, so the 10 will miss. So you'll take 12 points of radiant damage. Ronnie!
Ouchie, ouchie, ouchies.
Oh, this guy gets back up.
I was gonna ask about him.
Yeah, poor little bastard. He gets back up and he's going to kind of just gup over to here.
Up over?
He's just gupping on over. He's struggling. That's what's happening. And when he gets there, he's going to kind of raise his hand over the dead guy, and the sword that was being held by that guy flies up into his hand.
Ugh.
Okay, now Ronnie. This guy's kind of peeking over the top a little bit, and then you can see that there's plenty. It's a target-rich environment.
Yeah. So we're just gonna pop that sucker in the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
First one hits, second one misses.
I'm going to say that he has disadvantage because he doesn't have a climb speed, so go ahead and make a second attack. Actually, roll 2 more times to see if we get any crits. First one will be for the second attack. Hit. And then roll... Yep, no crits. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we got...
roll the 19 one.
10 damage and then 9 damage.
9 damage.
So 19 total.
Yep.
Bloodied. Yeah, 2 arrows sticking out of his shoulders, his helmet kind of holding above the rock. Yeah. Ronnie done. Any movement for you? Want to back away from this guy?
Yeah. Not like a ton, but like...
So the snow up here is a bit of a difficult terrain situation. You're actually better on the climb, to be completely honest. So if you wanted to just move to the ridge and then drop back down to the ice to keep this asshole confused, you could. Or you could go up more. I would
There is
say...
no more up.
Oh yeah, there is. There's a whole ass tree here. What are you talking about?
Oh, I could climb the tree.
You gotta
Hell
know your
yeah.
powers here. Yeah, so
Oh, I haven't
5,
even thought of
10,
all the
15, 20,
climbing
25,
options.
30, 35. You could actually be, instead of on the tree, you could be here on this ridge. So you go up the tree and then jump from branch to the rock.
Well, I don't want to be too far away.
You
Can I
have
still see this?
you have a view of everything
Height?
here. Yeah, you are
Oh, okay.
you are
then
now
I'll be fine.
50 feet above the ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll be fine. Yeah. I just want to make sure that I can still see like everyone, like my friends.
Sniper's dream. You're doing the Lord's work.
That's the shit that I want.
So
gonna do another set of magic missiles. That probably won't be as cool as last time.
Which target you want?
But it could be.
Are any of them hurt at this point, other than the one that's climbing the wall?
one at the
Yeah,
top is-
everybody's hurt. Nobody's bloody,
Alright.
except for
I'll
the one that's
just-
climbing the wall.
I'll get that one. Eight.
Okay. Damn, that's horrible. Oh, which one was it
Yeah.
again? Sorry, ping it. Yeah.
That one.
Okay. And that's it, Soul?
Yeah.
Jermaine.
Jermaine is bleeding profusely. Pulls up
Oh.
his shield, raises his sword.
You got a potion?
I believe we've used
I-
most of those.
Hold on. Inventory. I do.
Bonus action quaff, and if you want to stay alive, you can keep fighting, or you could just take the dodge action. You're really hard to hit, and if you dodge, you're even harder to hit, and they're not going to run away from you, the two that are fighting you. Dodge also gives you advantage on deck saving throws. So you can kind of mitigate the bullshit-ass Sacred Flame tricks.
Alright, I didn't realize you were in bad shape.
It's okay.
So get 6 back, and then dodge, lock in. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Arya, you're up. Your boyfriend is taking kind of a beating.
Husband.
Look, it can be both, okay?
Anyone here? Is anyone here bloodied?
No, not yet. The only one that's bloody is up on the ridge, and you can't see them yet because they haven't peeked over.
Got it. Okay. Okay, so I am gonna run here.
Yeah, that's shimmy.
You already know what I'm gonna do.
Why you make a gif about Shimby? Yeah, flame slash. Let's go. Whoosh! Hell yeah, that'll work.
25.
You roll so
damage.
good.
They got
Okay.
they got the double 12s, and I think they're just trying to get that high again. Like,
It's like when I
So-
get to roll multiple dice with Sorcerer's Burst, you gotta
Yeah.
chase it.
you gotta chase that
Yes.
high. That'll work.
But I forgot that I have this. So I'm gonna use another Steps of the Fae. But I have this thing. So I'm gonna go back over here,
That's what.
and I'm gonna do
That's as a reaction
dreadful
response to taking damage.
Oh,
Um,
wait, no.
It
It says,
augments
in
your steps to the
addition,
fray. Got it. Go.
yeah. So creatures within 5 feet of the space I left must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw against my spell save DC or take 2d10 psychic damage.
So
Nice.
something I want to make sure we stress. What do we know about these creatures? And we
Oh, they're constructs.
no,
No.
They have
they're not.
have no brain.
they have no head. They are immune to psychic damage. It's the only. They are resistant to
Oh,
radiant. They are immune to psychic. This is the only two things.
Can I take a disappearing step?
Yes.
I'll
I
disappear.
just want to make sure the Duron cult. It's gonna be annoying for psychic users. I apologize, but I don't.
No. I'm good as long as
Yeah.
I
Just-
see it and I'm not a dumbass. I mean, I'm a dumbass, but Arya is not.
Yeah, Arya has at least a 10 intelligence. No, Sophocles. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
I got something.
You
I don't
got
know if it's
charisma.
intelligence. or
It's
not.
charisma.
There you go.
The high riz.
You got the Riz.
The Riz.
The riz. Okay, so disappearing steps says you're just invisible, right?
Mhm.
Cool. It'll go to them. So this one, with a new sword, is going to raise the sword skyward. I said you were 50 feet up. That is about 60 feet. So, Ronnie, go ahead and make a dex saving throw. Baby cat, don't do it. It's not printer time.
1-3.
Stop trying to ruin my paper. That'll fail. Wait, +3?
No.
1-3.
1-3. Okay, got it. I was like, where's the +3 coming from? You'll take a total of 13 radiant damage.
Guess who's down again?
Okay. Because of your positioning, you're not falling off. If you were on the tree, it would have been bad. But yeah, you'll fall prone.
I feel like if I had been on the tree, though, I would have been fine.
Yeah, no, you would have fell.
No. I'm saying that, like,
Oh, he would
I
have seen
wouldn't
you.
have rolled a 13.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I would have rolled better.
I get you. That's fair. Do you have an inspiration that you want to spend before we move on from this roll, though? It
I
doesn't.
do.
Okay. Do you
I
want-
will be.
You
Yeah.
throwing it?
I
Go ahead and roll
Yep.
it again, Ronnie.
bless my humanity.
I can't keep spending inspiration. It's just the one time. So, okay. You do.
After
After all I've
I'll
done for
spend
you,
mine.
It's too late.
I
yeah.
know you can. I know.
So this
After-
one,
it's just gonna be an 11.
this one did that. This one is going to climb up the full way, and then it's going to make its way up into the tree. It does not get up all the way. Its next turn will be finalizing the tree, and then on the turn after that, it'll be able to jump over to Ronnie and perform a death blow.
I feel like if it had a head, it would be saying, one of us, one of us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say, Soul, you know that happened because you probably heard a Ronnie like ah. You kind of can't really see her positionally. I would say you would need to kind of arc out to at least here because those fucking trees in the way. But yeah, I think that she's on the edge, close enough to the edge that she'd be visible even at prone. As long as you're kind of 10 feet away from the ridge. And without trees in the way.
Who let this small, young
Bang
out
bang.
into the
Two more
well?
sacred flames in the sky, slamming down into Tremaine. Honestly, I only did it because I thought you'd pass the save.
I thought I would too.
I was trying to take a little heat off of Tremaine. I didn't know I was going to clock you.
You absolutely did.
Yeah, the other two are attacking Tremaine, so 2 dex saving throws from you, Tremaine. And you have advantage on these.
Miss.
Second one will
Damn.
fail. So I'll give you 11 radiant damage on that one, though.
All right.
Alright. And the other one's going to continue to scream inside the bubble, but obviously they must scream. But
In
they
face,
have no
nobody
mouth, but
can
they
hear
must
them
scream.
That too.
All of the things that are bad is happening. Ronnie, you are up. Death saving throw. Success.
11.
Soul.
Ugh.
I know, right?
Where did you want me to move?
So if you go to here, you'd be Gucci.
Right, well, we'll do that. Complain the whole time.
God, guys, heels can't even blow people up. Fucking lame. Fucking lame.
Alright, 10 back to Ronnie.
Yay!
And this is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Do I regular action dash so I can get all the fucking way back there and away from these things, or do I try and shoot one of them and possibly still be in range?
Your call. Does Wall of
Feel like
Force
we're
have
low-
concentration?
It does. I'm gonna dash back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What I will say is the one that nuked Ronnie will turn its attention towards Tremaine for only a second, and then as you kind of run up and heal, will turn back and face you. So this one is on the trail. The soul trail. Termaine!
Remain.
You would recognize that one looks like it's about to bolt off after your sorcerer.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do, man.
I mean, if I move away, I'm going to get attacked by the other one.
Pro tip?
Unfortunately, so I...
Take the dodge action first, then move. Then you are literally tanked
Or just
up for the
start
rest of
cutting.
the turn, and when it swings at you, it's going to do so with disadvantage against a 24 AC. It's not going to hit. And if it does, you deserved it. Like, God obviously wanted you to die.
Okie doke. Let's do that.
Alright. Yeah, I got a 19. It's not even close. It would murder everyone else. Okay, you step in. You are adjacent to it. If it attempts to run, you'll get an opportunity attack.
Super.
Alright. Arya, you are up.
I think it's all on Arya to start killing them while the rest of us.
Yeah. Arya is turning into the killing machine, murder bot.
So Arya has had enough. You see, her eyes turn black and all the things that you see in like a cartoon when a character has given over to their dark.
Okay, I can only be so hard. What happens?
Temptations. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar,
Fucking love it. Okay, so
and I want to
What is that?
basically get all of these fucks that are here. The 3 of these.
you do know
Oh wait,
that includes Termaine, right?
why is he there? I thought he ran. Oh fuck.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so then
I'm gonna give you a
I'll
moment.
get these 2 fucks.
Alright, so alright. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Darkness.
I think I can get the 2 fucks.
Hold on. Come on now. You want tentacles? I'm giving you fucking tentacles, okay? Jeez.
Oh, that is so
Ooh,
sweet.
ooh, nice.
And then it's actually...
It's a 20-foot radius, yeah.
huh.
It's thick and juicy.
So then tentacles happen. That's where you wanted it?
Let me back the fuck up a little bit.
You want to back up before you force people into a specific variation of anime?
Oh god!
Hey, you're the one who did it. I didn't put tentacles
The-
up their butt.
That's not. It's the damage.
It's the lamp.
Damn
They're facing Termaine, okay, Elizabeth. I didn't. They did it, okay. It wasn't me that did it. I always take the blame. Okay, so Arms of Hadar, and looking at the spell, slurping noises, no light, magical or otherwise, just a unseen, horrific tentacle show. Any creature that starts its turn in the area will take cold damage. Got it. They are
John,
resistant.
I hope that you regularly clear your search history.
No, hell no. If she finds it, she finds it. It's fine. So the cold damage they will take. They are not resistant to cold damage. They are just immune to the extreme cold effects because they don't care. So they'll take cold damage. They'll take acid damage normally. Arya done.
Hold on.
Oh, it ends its turn and takes the acid. Got it.
No.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me 2d6 for cold.
I did. It's a 3.
Oh wow, it's bad. I'm gonna put this on the map layer just so I can finagle my little guys. It will bloody that one though, so I guess that's cool. Okay, and then they're just gonna step out of it, like moving towards Termaine and attacking. This one is going to, just for flavor, attack nothing because it steps out and swinging and there's no Termaine. And then the one that popped out with Bane is going to attack Termaine. And both attacks will miss. This one is going to, because it had sight on you beforehand and wasn't like swinging blind, will cast Sacred Flame on you, Termaine. Go ahead and make a dex saving throw. You have advantage. DC 14. Dodge is the ticket, I'm telling you. The best tank move. It is literally the greatest shit.
But I'm not doing damage, though. That's the problem.
That's not your job.
My job is to suck up attacks. I got it.
Yeah. Honestly, the best thing that you can do is that 24 AC right off. And then if they start hitting you, you kind of go, okay, hold on a second. Actually, probably I shouldn't be dying here. And you got to rely on that AC. If there's honestly, the best magic item you can get in the future, we'll talk about later. Because I got to focus up. It's
probably on your list.
Here on the tree is now at the top of the tree, and on the next turn will be ready to jump across at you, Ronnie. Ronnie, similar to the situation down on the ridge, it's standing on a branch, and that branch don't look too sturdy.
And I can fire from prone.
You betcha.
So we're gonna shoot at the branch.
Spins around on her butt, places the bow on like her feet, and then pulls the arrow back. Launches it, hits damage. Enough.
Well,
It falls straight down 50 feet. Roll 5d6. I'm sorry, 5d10, because it didn't know it was coming.
Nice.
That's the way we do it. Yeah, it hits, and you hear a kind of a thud, like a sickening flat thud, and then like a sound of a metal helmet bouncing around.
Does that give Ronnie PTSD or not?
Huh?
Does that give Ronnie PTSD hearing?
Oh no! She's over that. She has a climb speed now.
yeah, only you guys aren't over that.
And honestly, like from your position, if you want to take another shot, you have a second shot.
Yeah.
In between them, though, as a bonus action, you can move it over to the new target.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I think we're gonna go with this one.
The one that has all the dots already.
Yeah.
For sure. That'll miss.
Thought so.
Soul.
We're gonna.
And she's still prone. She's like.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, there's no reason to get up. Just keep dropping your arrows onto the bow and keep launching them.
Yeah.
Sorcerer's Burst at the closer one.
Okay. Miss.
I do actually have a thing. Gonna use a meta magic point for Seeking Spell, so I can roll it again.
Okay. Fuck yeah, Seeking. That'll hit.
Ah, there we go. Nope, there was an 8 in that.
Yeah.
14.
Alright. Termaine. Neither.
Yeah.
Only one of these is bloody. That'd be the one to the north of you. It does look like the other ones are now changing focus. The one that is to the north of you is still locked onto you. The one that's directly behind him is also locked onto you. The one that's to the south is changing its attention to Soul again.
I bonus action healing for Termaine.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, Termaine,
that's
get
good.
9 back, yeah.
So this one is focusing on Soul.
Yep. Because Soul shot them in the butt.
We're just gonna attack this one then.
Okay. Yeah. Do you wanna? Did you click crit damage? Oh yeah.
No.
Hold on.
I'm
Okay.
a little confused.
That's
I just clicked.
That's really interesting. You you rolled a 4 and a 3, which equals the same. So for the crit damage, we're gonna do the math right. We'll just add the first dice roll from the second dice roll onto it instead. Actually, no. We'll just add all these together because you hit and you crit. Got it. Easy peasy. 26, and you're attacking the one that was going for Soul?
This one.
Oh, okay, it's dead. Yeah, you cut it down cleanly, and its helmet flies into the soup, and you hear it kind of get slurped into the tentacles of horror. Honestly, everything I've done to you is disgusting and everything, but I think for everyone, if this is the first time you've seen this spell, it's probably the scariest shit.
Yeah, this Jermaine is like looking at Arya like,
No, you're not. There's a massive fucking writhing tentacles inside of darkness
Oh, yeah.
between you and her.
You can't look at Arya, honey.
She
She's
said,
hiding.
she said, hold on, I'm changing. Whoosh! Tentacles slurping sounds. Oh god, oh god. Comes back out. Diva.
That's my turn.
Arya, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Can you
here.
move through the tentacles?
Around
Or
it.
no?
Hell no. Then I'm gonna move. Use my last. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna use my last steps to the Fae, and I'm gonna move here. Bloop. Then I'm going to cast. Ba-ba. I'm sorry to edge you this way. Mortal Coil
Okay.
on this freak. So roll a strength save.
Success. 19.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
your turn.
It was a good positioning and a good move, though. All right.
It was a good try.
Yeah. On the Elf Knights initiative, you hear a very low rumble, and then you see a very bright flash come from the tree. The bodies of the ones that are still fighting all just fall to the ground like sacks of potatoes. Their helmets remain aloft. All of the helmet's eyes glow reddish gold, similar to the lights that were trailing them and the coloration of their sacred flames. You would see that the fallen, their helmets also glow that way. And this is also true of the one inside of the globe of invulnerability, or the wall of force. All of the helmets, with the exception of the one that's kind of bound inside of a force field, fly away at great speed, moving towards the tree. Termaine, if you'd like, you can make an opportunity attack against one before they fly away. Otherwise, all of the helmets will just, even the one that's at the bottom of the ridge, it floats off, and all of these glowing helmets go rushing towards the tree.
I don't
Do
like
it.
that.
Kill one for me.
Okay.
Opportunity attack? No? You're not doing it, Andy?
I'm sorry, say again?
Do you want to swing at one of the helmets before it flees?
Yes, I would like to.
Go for
My
it.
apologies. Just because they're jerks and I hate them. They should die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cut the helmet
Oh,
clean in half,
shit. All
and
right.
the light kind of spills out of it, and it just flies to the ground. Clunk, clunk, clunk. But the rest of them, so that'd be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them is cut in half, and one of them is stuck inside of the invulnerable, or the
Bumping
wall
against
force.
the
Oh,
bumping
I
against the
forgot
wall of
the
force like a moth slamming into a light.
So 5 of them.
Yeah.
Funk, funk, funk.
5 helmets will rise up into the air, flying towards the tree, which again, it looks like they're going towards the kind of glowing yellow and gray smoke around the base near where that staircase leads to.
Mhm.
And that is where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did, and we will continue in the heart of Ayn Karad next session. See you then.
Cool.
Hmm.